final, the 400 meters, and of course the 100 meters that has the likes of Justin Saboke and Kelvin Joktan. The 5,000 meters women final kicking us the day, Bernard.
Yeah, it's another beautiful morning. Of course, it's another day that we want to see what will transpire today in terms of a competition. And if you watch keenly in the 5,000, you will see the 800 meters athlete. That is Naomi Korir. She's here in the 5,000 meters. And of course, this is part of build up for this season because you saw her friend, now Glorious, doing wonders in the 1,500 and 800 meters. So Naomi is here competing in 5,000. I've never seen her competing in 5,000. And of course, I want to see, of course, in the Kenyan attired jersey, that is Naomi Korir, the 800 meter specialist. So will she, how how will she do the race? How will she compete in this event? Remember, it's about 12 lap race, so it's a long distance for her. That is using it as part of build up for endurance, as part of preparations. We're calling it Road to Tokyo, preparation for the World Championships in September. Remember, these athletes have various events to compete in. Diamond Leagues. We have athletes going to Grand. It's called a Grand Sanlam.
Sanlam, yeah.
Yes. Of course, they are starting the season start with Jamaica, and we have a number of Kenyans who are going to compete there, and they have to compete in various events all the way to the national trial so that they can be able to get a chance to represent Kenya at the World Championships. So it's a good morning, 10 laps to go. Let's see what will happen.
Of course, we were talking yesterday about the National Youth Service sending athletes to each and every event, and we've just proven that because actually in each and every discipline we've seen them being represented, contrary to what was happening a couple of years ago. And just giving you part of the lineup for this 5,000 meters. It should be on your screens in a bit, but if you're joining us, of course, we are on day 2 of the Athletics Kenya Betika first track and field weekend meet. So there we had a couple of races, including the 100 meters that produced very good and impressive times. Of course, we'll be sharing some of the results. As you can see on your screens right now, it's Naomi Korir in 4th place, the tall figure of Naomi Korir. She had a very good series in the cross country, and she'll be aiming to replicate that. And her friend, her training partner, Nam Glorious, yesterday did very well in the 1,500 meters and the 800 meters. And I had a chat with her, and she told me she was really impressed. She saw a recap of the 1,500 meters, and it inspired her to run to victory in the 800 meters. And she said, "You commentators really pushed me on this one, and it made me actually realize that there is something else that can push an athlete to realizing, or rather claiming victory." And as you can see, with 9 laps to go, her friend Naomi Korir in 3rd place, just as she did in the cross country. She knows how to tactically time the races. We'll be waiting to see who else is in this lineup.
And of course, if she hangs on there, for a race like this, of course, there's a sprint finish for her because she's known for sprinting. So if she hangs on there, then maybe she'll be able to sprint in the last a few meters and maybe back victory.
And of course, we saw what she could do in the 2-kilometer loop races in the cross-country series, and I believe that maybe she's using that experience to come and try something at this track and field meet here in Mumias. And as they maneuver through with 8 laps to go, it is the 5,000 women final. It's just the first of the events that are happening. Of course, afterwards we'll have the 200 meters men and women, and then we'll have the 400 meters. Also lined up today is the 3,000 meters steeplechase for men and the 800 meters final. A couple of races just lined up on this day, and it is going to be a very, very intense day that will see most athletes compete in final events.
Yeah, and of course, as we continue watching the 5,000 meters, maybe sorry, I need to take through the viewers maybe who is leading this season with the best time. That is, the leading athlete is Beatrice Jebet, who ran 14:09:52 in Zurich. That was on September 5th. She is the leading athlete right now with the best time, of course, this season. That is the season of 2024, because we've now started the track and field events. And the second athlete is Sigie Gebresalama from Ethiopia, of course, who ran 14:18:76, followed by her compatriot Edgayehu Taye, also from Ethiopia, that is 14:18:92. And then, of course, the Kenyans come at distant ninth position. That is 14:29:60 for Faith Kipyegon. Remember, she clocked 14:29:60 at the Diamond League in Paris. That was actually that was one of the first races, because remember when she started the season she had an injury, and so she made her season. After the trial, she went to the Paris. And then of course we have Caroline Nyaga coming in 10th position with 14:30 14 14:30 14, and then followed by Sifan Hassan. By the way, Sifan Hassan is in the country. He's training in Italy.
Will we be seeing Sifan maybe at the Sirikwa Classic?
Maybe not. She'll come and watch me. But I think she's preparing for London Marathon. Yes.
Yeah,
she's
she's one of those athletes you'll say that inspires so many generations, because over the years she's always been on top. She's a former world champion in the 1,500 meters. She's conquered the 5,000 meters, the 10,000 meters. She is the current gold medalist in women marathon at the Olympics, and you could see even after she was toppled in the middle distance races, she prepared for the marathon and won gold, which was something that was really, really huge. And of course, she inspires so many generations. Sifan Hassan, maybe we'll be longing to see what she has to say if at all she attends the Sirikwa Classic, because I know she has a lot of stories that can inspire many of these young athletes. But then Naomi Korir currently in second place, 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and of course, talking of 5 meters all-time top list, that is a leading athlete in this event. We could have Sergei, who has run 14:00:21. Remember, she broke Faith Kipyegon's time of 14:05:20 and ran 14:00:21. So Faith Kipyegon is now second of all time, and then of course followed by Beatrice Jebet. And I suspect there's something Beatrice Jebet is planning this year in terms of breaking the 5,000 meters world record. And then the fourth is Bet Gidey. Gidey is fourth, having ran 14:06:62. And then fifth is Tirunesh Dibaba, followed by Almazayana, Meseret Defa, Edgaye Taye, and then Sifan Hassan comes in ninth. And of course, 10th is Sembere Teferi. Genzebe Dibaba, Medina Aisha. So you see, it's Helen Obiri comes in 13th place, and then Sigie 14th, Alicia Monson, that is 15th athlete, and of course the late Agnes Jebet Tirop comes in 17th position, Vivian Cheriot 18th position, and then Ainadis Mebratu from Ethiopia 19th, and of course we have now Lilian Kasaid coming in 20 and 21, Margaret Chelimo. So we have a number of Kenyan athletes in the top 20 positions, that is of all time. But as I was saying earlier, maybe Beatrice might be planning to do something this year, and I don't know what she has in store, but well, let's say I know she may be planning something at the world at the Diamond Leagues, which starts normally in May.
And I will be waiting to see what happens, because many of these elite athletes choose the Diamond League to at least begin or kickstart their career, their season. As you can see, we are down to the last 4 laps in this 5,000 meters. It's a race between the two, and Naomi Korir is currently in second. And this is a race that has happened so early in the morning here in Mumias. And if you're joining us, it's the final day of the first Athletics Kenya Betika Track and Field Weekend meeting, and this is happening in Kakamega County at the Mumias Sugar Company.
Yeah, beautiful sceneries there. The sun is up. Yesterday it was really scorchy.
It was scorchy. And of course, we are trying to see who is in the start list. Can see Mercy Chebet, Viola Jebet, Sheila Churchill, Nancy Jebet, Janet Award, Monica Foresita, Viola Jerop, Nelly Chebet, Naomi Korir, Beatrice Chepkemoi, Josephine Musau, Winnie Chepchumba, and of course Karen, Viola Cherop, Sheila Jepchirchir Chumba.
Naomi is still hanging on.
Naomi is still hanging on.
3 laps to go.
3 laps to go.
She really looks strong. And this might even make her change her mind and maybe try to
See,
do 1500.
I think the endurance she earned during the cross country has made her actually realize that she can do something in the middle distance races, and of course we are yet to see what she can do. And of course she's toe to toe with Betty Chepkemoi Kibet, who is currently leading all the way. And
she trained in Kapsabet.
Beatrice trained in Kapsabet. Naomi also trains.
That is Betty.
Betty.
Betty Chepkemoi Kibet. Yeah. She trained in Kapsabet.
It's a battle between Betty and Naomi with 3.5 laps to go. Also watch out for Viola Cherop, who's currently in 3rd place. But it is Beatrice and Naomi battling out to see who will reign supreme with 2 laps to go. They really look strong, Bernard. They really look strong as they head towards the last 800 meters of this race.
Yes. Now Naomi reaches where she normally starts her race.
You say that now she's reached the peak?
Yes. 800 meters. She will finish on the podium. We don't know if it's first or second.
Viola Cherop, also of South Rift, she's in 3rd place at the moment.
She's really hanging on. And remember, Naomi you saw how she did the cross country then, hanging from behind and then of course sprinting to win the race.
And
she do that today.
She looks to be in a very, very good shape, and I won't be surprised if it heads down to the wire.
Now, of course, I was talking to her before she went for this race, just knew my attempt. And she was telling me that she did the nationals and she finished the race, but she was feeling
strong.
Not strong, but it's like she was really the heat. Remember the humid conditions.
As they hit the barrel, it is Naomi and Beatrice Chepkemoi Kibet, and it will now boil down. It is Betty. Betty's Beatrice. Yes, so like Gregory is Greg. So. Betty Chepkemoi Kibet, of course,
now leads.
That takes the front with 200 meters to go. It is Naomi Korir, the star in the cross-country series. Now she's stamped her authority in the 5,000 meters here in the at the Mumias Sports Complex, and you can see the way she's using her strides very well, very tactical. And of course, she is the lady to watch this season, because she began the season in the cross country really well, and right now she has what it takes to go all the way and claim victory in the 5,000 meters. Betty will claim 2nd place.
Look at the power she's finishing with. That's an 800 meters athlete.
You said where she started? is what Betty Chepkemoi Kibet finishes second in this race that has been won by Naomi Korir.
As we admire and appreciate the new kit for NYS, we appreciate your kit, NYS over there. Very nice kit. Asante. 200 meters.
5,000 meters.
200 meters semi-finals.
If you are just joining us, we are live from Mumias Sports Complex, that is in Kakamega County, and we are looking at the 5,000 meters race, which was the first event this morning. Remember, the track and field season has started, and of course, after this, we are going to have the second meet, which moves to the second meet, which will be happening in Betika. And of course, we are going to listen to Naomi shortly to know what she had planned during the race.
Mko tayari? Kwa cross country umekuja tena hapa 5000 meters. Unajihisi vipi kwanza leo kushinda hii race katika hii jua leo asubuhi?
Nasikia poa sana kwa sababu Kenya tulikuwa tumeplan, nadhani tuko almost there.
Jana tulikuwa nawe mahali ukasema kwamba mwenzako alikuinspire, ukasikia vizuri. Hiyo msukumo wenye mlikuwa nayo labda mlitoa kwa training ama mlitoa wapi?
Yeah, tulitoa kwa training kwa sababu dream yake imekuwa akimbia track and field vizuri, na I'm so happy kwa sababu alikuwa mostly ana feel discouraged kwa cross country kwa sababu hapendi cross country sana, but I'm so happy kwa sababu amefungua track season yake vizuri kwa sababu itampea moral kwa competitions zenye ziko mbele. Yeah.
Na wewe mwenyewe ukijiangalia, wewe tunakujua unakimbianga 800 meters, 5000 meters, ndio tumeona sasa umeingia na ni mara yako ya kwanza compete kwa weekend meet na umeshinda. Je, siri ni nini ama do you want to move from the 800 uingie kwa 5000?
Hapana. Ni endurance ndio tumekuwa tukingangana nayo for hizo miezi zimekuwa zikipita, na kwa sababu nimekuwa na cross country zenye zilikuwa zikifuatana, nikaamua nikuje ni test 5000 kwa sababu nimekuwa na 10k, 8k na 2k. So kuongeza 5k si mbaya, niko mahali. Yeah.
And of course tukiongea kuhusu kwa mahali ni road to Tokyo, je, unahisi uko shape gani and do you want to take it all the way?
For now bado tuko preparation na sina qualification time, na hiyo ndo nawakia kwa sasa kwa sababu iko very high, na I'm hoping that soon and very soon nitapata hiyo time.
All the best. Unaweza enda sasa kupumzika.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That is Naomi Korir, winner of the 5,000 meters. I'm now joined by Betty. Betty, congratulations. Race imekuwaje kwanza?
Race ya leo imekuwa mzuri sana. At least hii choto si mbaya. Hata tunashukuru Mungu tumemaliza salama.
Na hivi labda tuseme msimu wako umeanza vipi, mazoezi yako aje na unahisi vipi leo kumaliza nambari 2 katika mbio hizi?
Preparation imekuwa mzuri juu hii ni track ya kwanza, na venye nimeparticipate na venye nimefeel naona mazoezi iko sawa, venye tunaelekea si mbaya.
And of course kusema mazoezi yamekuwa vizuri, labda una train camp gani na coach wako labda amekuambia nini kuhusu msimu huu? Sasa hivi tunaangalia haya ni mashindano ya kwanza na tunaenda kule Tokyo, tumeanza safari hivi sasa.
Coach yangu ni coach Claudio, na kwa sasa alikuwa amenituma tu ni test venye mwili imefika, so at least nikirudi naenda kukaa na yeye tupange tuone sasa venye tuta improve venye tumekimbia leo yeah.
Mashindano ya kwanza ya weekend meeting ya kwanza hapa Mumias, kuna yale atakuwa kule Thika, kuna yale atakuwa kule Ulinzi Complex. Je, unataka kushiriki kwa yote ama kuna yale pia utawacha ama utasikiza kwanza coach wako?
Naenda kukaa na coach tupange, juu nimekuja ya kwanza, tuende tuone, naweza kaa next niende the third one. Hivyo tu so tunaenda kupanga tu na coach yeah.
All the best and enjoy your day.
Thank you so much.
That is Betty, who finished second, and of course she claims that she'll talk to her coach to see what he has in store for her, Coach Claudia, who of course will be telling us what the plans are. Karibu sana, karibia kabisa hapa. Congratulations, umemaliza nambari ya 3. Songea tu karibu. Jina lako, unatoka kambi gani, unahisi vipi kuhusu siku ya leo?
Kwa majina naitwa Frida Bosibori Abuga. I've participated 5000 meters race. Nafanyia training huko Ngong.
Na labda kwa mashindano haya leo ulikuwa unatarajia nini? Manake tumeona ni the first time hapa Mumias yamefanyika na wewe umekuja all the way from Nairobi Ngong hadi huku western part of Kenya. Labda utuambie unahisi vipi, ulijitayarisha vipi na did you expect leo kumaliza kwenye podium?
Kwa mazoezi yenye nimefanya nilikuwa ni expect ni perform vizuri na God ameniwezesha nimemaliza position 3. I'm very happy for that and I'm promising for the remaining AK meetings I will perform better than this.
About performances, you've witnessed the likes of Naomi Korir. What went through your mind when you saw a couple of the names that we've been talking about in the cross country also competing in this one? What was your feeling vile uliingia kwenye kiwanja?
Fenye niliingia kwenye kiwanja nilikutana na Naomi Korir. Nilisema at least itakuwa vizuri kwa sababu atatumotivate tuweza kukimbia vizuri. Yeah.
Na labda saizi msimu vile umeanza utakuwa na feel vipi? Umesema hizi weekend meet zote utaenda. Je, which one are you looking forward to this season?
I'm looking forward kwa HK meetings ni perform vizuri. At least ni
thank you so much. There you have it, all the athletes of course giving us hopes. Naomi, Betty and of course Bosibori telling us that they are ready for the season. They are going to consult their coaches and of course it's just the first time we are witnessing this, the first Athletics Kenya Betika weekend meeting, and it's happening here at the Mumias Sports Complex. A lot of things lined up today, including the 200 meters men and women finals that will be coming up shortly on this track, and of course there'll be the 800 meters, the 400 meters, the 3000 meters steeplechase. I've just seen a big lorry down there, of course feeling that dugout where the water jump will be on my far right, and of course the track judges of course taking the final notes before the next event. See you on the other side.
Thank you, Mulemi. Of course, that was 3 podium finishers in the 5,000. Now we are going. This is the second event. That is a 200 meter semi-final one, where we have Joylin Kurgan from Central, Rivian Nelima from North, Esther Mbagari from Prisons, Mary Sophia Simiyu, Nairobi, Lillian Diana Aoko Owakon, Nyanza North, Bon Namuma Mwangala Prisons, Mercy Cherop, South. That is the first semi-final event. Yeah, of course, you heard about the 5,000 meters final, where Naomi Korir said that, of course, she wanted to try and see how she'll perform in the 5,000 meters. It was the first time to compete here because having done cross country 10 kilometer, that is a senior women's race. Remember, she was 10th at the Discovery events race. So saying that she wanted to try and see something, of course, she has won today, and I think that has motivated her. Well, 200 meters final one. off they go. Who will win?
Hilo limeanza maridadi kabisa.
And off they go.
Huku mbele inaweza kumwona Esther
Magari has the lead.
wakipambana katika shindano hilo la mita 200. Akina dada anakuja bila wa taifa Esther Magari, anakuja peke yake Esther Magari katika shindano hilo la mita 200. Chujo wa kwanza mita 800, mita 200 semi-finali ya kwanza.
Yes, Mulemi.
Esther Magari, of course, stamping authority. We know she's very capable of running even better times. And I remember last year, there's a time she said that her aim is to represent the country at the World Championship. And that means that she has to lower her time, because I believe her fastest time is around 23. And of course, she needs to clock around 21. To ensure that maybe she qualifies for that, and she's capable of doing that.
And I think maybe the World Relay Championship coming in May, I think she needs to do something so that she can be able to use that.
This is the hope of sprinters.
Further, so if she makes the team to the
Everybody can sprint.
There were a couple of debates some time ago where they were saying that could she be a better 400-meter runner? Because there's one meet that was at the Ulinzi complex, and she ran the 400 meters and won it very comfortably. It was at Nyao National Stadium, yeah, and she ran it very comfortably. Maybe it is something she could really think about and focus on it, the 400 meters.
So that we're able to move to the next event.
Well, of course, some of these athletes need just
what are you saying, timekeepers? The white flag means you are ready.
But she can double because yes.
The white flag over there means
and it's just a matter of pushing these guys so that they can be.
The timekeeper is
that is Eunice Kadogo, former national champion over the 200 meters. She's aiming to make a mark here. Did well in the 100 meters on day one. Yesterday she finished second in the heats in the 200 meters.
Semi-finals, number 2. Emelda Muga, ADF. Yvonne Atuka, Universities. Joan Cherono.
Joan Cherono.
Cherono is here.
Eunice Kadogo. Brenda Matsitsa.
Brenda Matsitsa is also in the mix.
Gladys Mbure.
That's what I was talking about.
There we go.
Off they go, second semi-final of the 200 meters. Watch out for Eunice Kadogo right now, steaming from the lane number 3.
There they come. 200 meters. 200 meters, there we go. Prisons. Appreciate them as they come round.
And it is Prisons 1, Police 2. Brenda Matsitsa, who apparently was training with Eunice a couple of months ago, and it seems that they have something they can actually share. Brenda Matsitsa winning semi-final number 2 of the 200 meters ahead of former national champion Eunice Kadogo, who of course has been here for quite a while.
She has
Dominated the scene, of course.
She went to the maternity leave.
She came back. And
have you realized that when there are athletes who, when they go for the maternity leave, they come back very strong.
They come back strong, and I think it's something that always motivates them, because all the athletes that we know have always come back even stronger.
Yes. Like Helen
Obiri, Faith Kipyegon,
and the national championship. So how
brilliant. Yes, exactly. And of course, we'll be shifting our focus to the semi-final of the 200 meters men. You can see the blocks literally being fixed. And Dennis Masika Mulongo of Kenya Defence Forces will be in lane number 1. Josiah Innocent Kadima in lane number 2. Omuro Isaac Kundu will be in lane number 3. Kelvin Kiprotich Tonui will be in lane number 4. Hesbon Oduor Ochieng he will be in lane number 5. Juma Kalistas Wekesa will be in lane number 6. Mandu Kelvin Makisaka will be in lane number 7. And of course, Daniel Makayo of North Rift will be running in lane number 5. The man on your screen right now is Mandu Kisaka, and that is Isaac Omurwa, who has started stamping his authority earlier on in the season in this weekend meet. So if you're joining us, of course, this is the third race of the day, the 200 meters men's semi-final number 1. We had the first semi-final in 200 meters. Of course, it was the women's semi-final, 2 semi-finals in that one. Isaac Omuro, of course, looks really focused. He looks really determined. He looks really ready for this one, and we'll be waiting to see what actually he has in store this season. He's been training with his elder brother Ferdinand Omanyala, whom we'll be seeing later on in the season, and that is Hesbon Oduor Ochieng.
Omanyala must be following him to see what his brother is doing.
Remember, his brother is East Africa Junior champion in this very race. Won it in Tanzania last year, and of course he'll be aiming to see if he actually can replicate those good results in this weekend series meet.
The men's 200 meters, Mulongo, ADF, Kadima, Kondo, Tanui, Ochieng, Wekesa, Isaka,
And those who slept late, it means that they've missed the 5,000 meters, which has been a very interesting race. Yeah, it is a very entertaining race, a race that has brought emotions. And I've just been talking to the likes of Naomi, Betty and Bosibori, who really expressed their gratitude at Athletics Kenya for bringing this home. And Naomi particularly says that she had what it takes because her coach told her that this is it, you can go for it, you can actually become the best. And testing her endurance on this one shows you that she is ready for the season. And of course her ultimate goal is to participate in the World Athletics Championships scheduled for Japan in September.
And Bosibori talking about when she saw Naomi at the start line, she was really inspired and she wanted to run and finish at the podium.
Sometimes it's not even about winning, but somebody who can push you in each and in every sport, even in this field of ours, whereby you can look forward to somebody and say that I want to do like that guy, and then there you go, achieve your dreams.
Let's stay in Betika, because they are the people who brought us to Mumias for our first.
I think the federation did so well in terms of spreading these events to 2-day events, packing
very quickly
into one.
Let's
Yeah.
get moving. Asante
of
sana.
course,
Let's get
remember, I
moving.
think the
200
national
meters
championship
semi-final.
will be 3-day event.
A 3-day event.
Yeah,
It will be between the 23rd and the 26th of June. Yeah, and that.
Yeah, and of course, the next meet that is in Betika, it should be on 27th collection of the games, 28th, and on 1st of March will be the athletes.
The first semi-final of the 200 meters just starts, and of course watch out for Hesbon Ochieng, a very experienced runner there. Isaac Omurwa also running from lane number 3. By the way, watch out for Josiah Innocent Kadima, trying so hard to come from lane number 2, but then it is between Hesbon and Isaac Omurwa. But Isaac Omurwa seems to be just relaxing, heading into the finish line. He's strong, he's agile, he's literally jogging. He has prepared for this season. Will we see more of him heading into the season?
Yeah, we expect more of this. And of course, I think when we get to the regional level, it will be more tough because many athletes now will be jostling to get a chance to compete at the national level. So it is going to be competitive. It's going to be a very fast event. And of course, with the mix now of Omanyala coming in, I think it will be interesting.
Interesting to watch. By day, Lujan Koka watching us all the way from Nairobi. Hurdler by profession. He's one of the athletes who have really done well in the hurdles, the 400 meters hurdles, watching us all the way from Nairobi. He's saying he's following us from his training base. Yeah, and we are ready for.
And of course, I know a number of athletes, not athletes, but coaches following up on this event. Of course, we are in Mumias.
So truckers passing by the truck.
This is a farmer's zone.
It's a farmer's zone. Of course, they are going to fill water on the dugout for for the steeplechase right later on. And
I was talking about we have a number of coaches watching this event, and they're keenly following. You saw yesterday, Coach Ian he was watching this race from Ireland. It was interesting because he said he saw how his athletes did very well. Remember Gwot from the refugee team, that is from South Sudan. He was competing here, and of course he might, I think he was second. Coaches are keenly looking at maybe what to rectify going forward. Remember Naomi Korir doing the 5,000, it was a coach now looked at how she has been competing in the cross-country events, and they sat and discussed and tried to analyze how this will be. So a number of coaches, as I was saying, are watching. We have people like Barnabas Kitidit in Baringo. Of course, I didn't see him here, but of course he's keen on seeing the athletes competing in these events because it's a build-up for the athletes. He has been doing so well. He has a number of athletes in Japan. He has a number of athletes in USA. The recent athlete being Ishmael Kipkurui,
yeah.
went recently to the US. By the way, he competed last night in US.
In the US.
Checking for the results, yes, representing his university.
He just finished his Form 4 straight to the US.
He went to the US, which is really encouraging.
Encouraging, yes. And he promised to be back for the trials.
Yeah, he will.
He will.
He will be able to come for the trials. And of course, with good training, I know he might make it to he will make it to the World Championships. So those are the kinds of. Of course, I also saw Dr. I can't remember his name, but he's here from Kipran. Kipchumba. Dr. Kipchumba.
Dr. Kipchumba.
He's one of those guys running the Kipran, one of the new managements in E10, run by, of course, Amos. Amos, the tourist, the sports tourist guy. And of course, a number of them. Dan, I can mention a number of them. Dan, we have, of course, Patrick Sang, Richard Metal, a number of coaches. So many.
The second semi-final, George Njenga, Dennis Kiprono, Elkana Kiprotich, Moses Onyango, Kip Korir, Kevin Dan, Kiviacha Samba, Wilson Kip Korir, and Lodion Ingolan. And that is Moses Onyango Wasike coming very strongly in lane number 4. But then Kelvin Kip Korir of Police will claim victory in this one. Very, very close. But then Kelvin Kip Korir, with his experience, makes sure that he sees this home.
Yeah, Kelvin doing his thing. And did you see the NYS guy?
I saw him.
Elkana
Kiprotich.
Yes.
Also, he was running for Nairobi a couple of years ago, and actually he's just shown us that he can also do it the other way. But then you look at National Youth Service. I remember they were challenged, was it during the National Cross Country Championships in 2023? They were told to try and field more athletes in the athletics meets. And they have actually done that. We saw that in the cross country, a couple of them. But this one has just proved that they have people, rather athletes in each and every discipline, which is really, really encouraging. On the third semi-final, of course, we'll have Mike Sanya, Omwandu Walter Bruce, Elisha Kiplangat, Tinega Brian Onyari, Justin Isaboke, Ronald Kiprono, Danson Koe Kibet, and Clive Kibet Ndiwa. That's the lineup for the third semi-final of the 200 meters. And remember, after that, we'll be witnessing the final of the 1,500 meters. Two finals in the 1,500 meters. Beginning with final number 1, where we'll have the likes of Duncan Osoro Kengere and Ferguson Rotich Cheruiyot.
Ferguson doing 1,500. I
Yes.
talked to him earlier, and he was saying that
We saw what he did yesterday on day one, and he actually had a very good race in the heats, and you could feel that he still has that energy, and maybe he wants at least to have one more dance before he calls it rather quits on the track. He might be thinking maybe going to the road races. We don't know, because most athletes who attain that age always go and actually go run in the road races. But then I'll focus still on the 200 meters.
Remember, the one leading in this event, that is this season, is Tebogo.
Letsile Tebogo.
Yes, he ran 1946.
Letsile Tebogo, the man who lit the stadium at Nyayo National Stadium, lit the crowd in the 200 meters at the Kip Keino Classic. But then it is the last semi-final of the 200 meters, and it is Brian Tinega, Justin Isaboke, Ronald Kiprono Kipkoech of Police. Let's see who will reign supreme. It is Isaboke coming really well, but then it is Justin Isaboke. Brian Tinega also trying so hard, but then it will be Ronald Kiprono who emerges the victor in this one, just ahead of Justin Isaboke and Brian Tinega. So we're done with the 200 meters. We'll be heading to the 1,500 meters that begins just in a bit. 3.5 laps of that one.
1,500 meters. 1,500 meters. 1,500 meters as the next event for men. It's a straight finals, the men's 1,500 meters. 1,500 meters. 3 3/4 of the track. The men's 1,500 meters. That's the next event on the track. And that will be followed by 400 meters finals.
Of course, after the 1,500 meters, we'll have the 400 meters final, and then the steeplechase, and then the 200 meters, 800 meters also coming up.
800 meters finals, 100 meters finals. That's the event that will bring the curtains down for these championships. So let's go straight to the courtroom. 1,500 meters for men.
Remember, of course, this season, Jacob, the second year, it's really a problem in Gibraltar. 1,500 meters.
The 1,500 meters. Ferguson, Rotich, Kipkoech, Justice, Duncan Osoro. But then we'll be waiting to see the rest of the lineup. And just expect a tough race in this one.
This is on Jacob
Inga Brastin. Inga Brastin. How I wish he was able to come down here and compete in the Kip Keino Classic. Yes,
it will be really interesting.
It will be really interesting.
The one leading this season, 3:26.73, followed by Tony Coker from USA, who was run.
And the USA are really doing well nowadays in the middle distance races.
Man, last time there's an athlete who broke the world record also. I'm telling you, these guys are just breaking world records.
Could it be about the training facilities or just different coaching regimes?
I think it's we call it sports science.
Sports science.
Yes.
And it's something that, of course,
and they invested for a long period so that they can get results. Yeah. You know, for this athlete, you have to study an athlete. So this is what the Wazungus are doing. They're just looking at an athlete, study the athlete for about 2 years, and then know the right coaching and the right nutrition to give.
So when they invest in the athlete, they know exactly what the athlete needs and how he needs to or she needs to conduct themselves.
Yes. That's
interesting.
That's why I think so even an athlete from USA getting a bronze medal or a silver.
Yes, in 3,000 steeplechase. Yes, and but it raised eyebrows. Guys were like, "What's really happening here? That Kenya couldn't even claim silver in that race. And of course, Kejelcha also disappointing in that one. Just a few things that we can always say need to be looked up to as athletes get from the call room to go line up for the 1,500 meters. We'll be giving you the lineup in a bit, and of course a couple of names to watch out.
And of course, leading in this event is Florence. Sorry, those are women. I'm giving my listeners women's name. Let me check.
Yes, and Conesmas Meli says that he's following the proceedings from Nairobi.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
As we get ready for the 1,500 meters, you are telling me who has the leading time this season, of all seasons?
It has a camp from Morocco.
Hicham El Garoud. That was that's way ago, early 2000s.
It was in 1988. 1998.
Oh Lord.
July 14th.
Most of these athletes taking running here weren't born yet.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have Bernard Lagat, who is second,
Kenyan-born American.
And then the third is Asbel Kiprop.
Yeah. Something interesting about Bernard Lagat, he won medals for both Kenya and the United States. That's quite some story. And of course, his sister participated for Kenya in several events. Viola. Yes, and she's had also a good career.
Yeah.
She relocated to the States.
No, she's around.
She's around.
She enjoyed marathon. Give it a small break. I don't know if she's coming back, but it's a good family in athletics.
An athletic family.
Yes. Of course, we have another athlete who is sixth. That is Silas Kiplagat.
Silas Kiplagat.
Having competed at Colloq 3 2064. That is was in 2014. And Noah Ngeny. Remember Noah Ngeny?
Noah Ngeny.
328.12.
328.12. Noah Ngeny.
10th position. And then now Timothy Cheriot, who is still competing. 328.28 is the 11th of all time athlete. We have Elijah Managui coming 15. Brian Comment 15. Mofara 17. Ronald Kwemoy 17. Yeah, of course, that is 1,500 meters. As we wait for them to start. It's getting hotter now.
It's getting hotter.
Those who competed at the 5,000 meters, they were lucky.
They were lucky because the sun wasn't really up yet.
Yes.
And right now, just a few minutes to 10 o'clock, actually 21 minutes to 10 o'clock, East Africa time, you realize that the sun has started to scorch. And Ferguson Rotich will be leading the first 1,500 meters final. And we can see the National Youth Service also being represented down here. Ferguson Rotich, Justus Kipkoech, Duncan Osoro, Badia Kipleting, Solomon Kimutai, Collins Kimutai, Anthony Kipkemboi, Abednego Rotich, Vincent Kibet, Vincent Mekenyet, Theophilus Bahati, Abel Kirui, Victor Kiplimo, and George Kisasi. Some of the names to watch in this 1,500 meters. Vincent Kibet Korir is also another big name to watch out for. Collins Kimutai is also here, and quite a rich lineup of this 1,500 meters.
It is, and looking at athletes competing in an event they are not used to, it's really amazing because you really want to test their fitness. do it and see how their body will react. And you'll also see athletes going to the Diamond Leagues just behaving the same way, doing what they are not doing. You'll not be surprised to see maybe Faith doing 10,000 just to see what, because we have very few events in 10,000 at the Diamond Leagues, but maybe seeing Faith doing 5,000, of course, she's now shifting to 5,000 and 10,000. She had announced earlier. So they're just trying to see how they will be able to perform this season.
As you wait for the start of this 1,500 meters, it is the final, of course.
Focus on the man who was in Tokyo with the 800 meters and took silver. He came through from Rio, where he finished fifth.
Ferguson Rotich, Justus Kipkoech, Duncan Osoro, Badia Kipleting, Brian Yegon, Gibson Kipkorir Kimtai, Solomon Kimutai, Collins Kimutai, Anthony Kipkemboi, Abenego Cheruiyot, Vincent Kibet, Vincent Mekenye, Theophilus Bahati, Abel Kirui, Victor Kiplimo, and George Kisasi. 3.5 laps of this one. Who is going to reign supreme? It is the men 1,500 meters final. One of them getting ready to go.
There are more athletes joining the list. Let's get them coming through. Let's get all of them to join the list.
And off they go. And we were talking about earlier about the world record in 5,000 meters, 12:44.09 from Grant Fisher.
Grant Fisher, 12:44.09. That's quite some record.
Somebody said the rate at which the Westerners are breaking records is costing jitters.
You talked about sports science.
Yes.
Are we adopting it?
We are still way back. We are not yet there.
Because
I think some of the few managements who are, of course, capable, they have. You need to have money. You can't lie there. You need a lot of money to invest on that. And maybe some of the managers, they've started doing this and they have seen results. We have seen results in this event that they have tried with Kenyan athletes. So it revolves with coaching, nutrition, everything, the diet that an athlete takes, the coaching system. The coaching system has changed. It's not a matter of going and just watching an athlete with a stopwatch and then tell the athlete push. No. It just changed. And if the coaches are listening to me, they can also maybe add something on that, because for us, we are not coaches.
Because we are not coaches, and
they know what they do.
They know what they do, and looking at the current lineup, it is the 1,500 meters final, and Collins Kipkoech currently in the lead. 2 laps to go in this one.
Remember, was it Festus who won the 5,000 meters yesterday? He's also competing in 1,500. Somebody fell down there.
It's hot, and the push and shove, it will always be there.
Yeah, and of course, we were talking about Grant Fisher. So, and one of the comments here I'm reading from Elias Makori, one of the veterans in journalism. He's saying that he had a long chat with him, and he explained how he had changed coaches, training locations, tactics, etc. So
sometimes you
identified training bases that mirror that Kenyan and Ethiopian high altitude. So we should expect a good read from Elias Makori about this Fisher guy. He has fished out the world record in 5,000.
In the 5,000 meters.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Emama now leading this fast final as they hit the bell. Of course, it is the second lot that has started the final. Ferguson, I think, will be in the second final of this one. But in the lead currently, it is Cornelius Keep Korir. There are 3 finals in this one, but that is the man Collins Keep Koech teach, but he's been overtaken. He's now falling into second place as they head to the 150.
He has refused. He's coming back.
He's trying to come back really strongly, but then that is the man from South. But then Cornelius just decides, no, I'm not gonna let it go, and he'll claim victory in this first final of the 1,500 meters.
1,500 meters women. Please come forward for your prizes.
Remember, after this we'll also have the 400 meters women and men finals.
The day today is short.
Very short. Very short. Of course, we had the longer races, race of the day happening earlier on. That was the 5,000 meters women. And the man who just won this first final, Mr. Cornelius Keep Korir. He is removing his spikes. He knows it's been tough in there.
Those who have qualified for the 200 meters women finals, Esther Magari, Brenda Matita, Eunice Kadogo, Nasi Perot, Gideon Aoko, hao ndio wamefuzu kwa fainali ya mita 200 akina dada. Esther Magari, Brenda Matita, Eunice Kadogo, Nasi Perot, Gideon Aoko, Olivia, Sophia Mary na Yvonne Wangala. Hivyo ndio vile video na wale wamefuzu kwa fainali ya 200 akina dada.
So you wait for the second final of this one, the 1,500 meters. The likes of Dennis Kipingeno, Edwin Kitan, Kimayo, Gideon Kibet, Evanson Kikurui, Brian Kipkoech, Kipsang, Frederick Juma, Brevin Biwot. It is Collins Ngetich. So this was the first final, so we'll be waiting to see between the 3 entries who comes in second place in the second, of course, final of the 1,500 meters.
If Morgan can confirm, we hope that the last semi-final, William Asante.
Walikimbia ya kwanza ni hiyo imeita semi-final 2. So hatutacheza hiyo. Weke microphone.
As we wait for the second semi-final of this second final of the 1,500 meters, remember it's been split into 3 because of the large number of athletes here, but good stories of course begin in the morning, and I'm joined by Namgloria's double winner on day 1 of this Athletics Kenya Betika first weekend meeting. How do you feel about today? Siku ilikuwaje na Jana kwanza particularly nini ilikufurahisha, nini ilikumotivate ukashinda race zako? Ilionekana rahisi?
Haikuwa rahisi vile. Jana, siku ya jana ilikuwa mzuri. The day tulianza, coach alikuwa anatuambia that I'm going to do 800. Kidogo sio akaniambia tuanze na 1500 tuone endurance vile itakuwa.
Talk about endurance, labda msimu wako umeanza vipi na coach wako amekutayarisha vipi kwa msimu huu?
Actually, I can speak that since after Olympics, I have a training mate Naomi Kori whom she was supposed to be among the team. So wakati akupata hiyo chance, so the alternative was to answer loading mapema juu ilikuwa to a focus cross country, of which it was opposite because me sikuwa na focus cross country, and finally nimekuja kuona it was advantage because tulisikuka the whole weekend meets of AK ya cross country. So yesterday tukaona those endurance ya mwezi wa 9 mpaka saa hii it was good.
Na ukiongea kuhusu cross country imekusaidia vipi wewe kama mkimbiaji?
Since the beginning of my career sijaikimbia cross country series. So our coach aliona tukasema beginning ya season ni cross country. So wakati tulianza cross country tukimbia 2 km and then amikori at times anaenda 10 km. So wakati nilienda Indianapolis tukimbia nikaona it was good because sijaikimbia hivyo. And actually jana ikaonyesha endurance iko sawa. Now, according to today's performance, I can say she has done. It was amazing to run 5,000 and mtu amelani.
Na umemwona leo pia ameshinda 5,000 meters asubuhi. Wewe kama training partner yake mna train pamoja. How do you feel about your coach and of course everything that is happening in your camp?
Actually, I can say our coach is amazing coach because hata anatuona kama watoto wake ni mzazi kwetu because ako saa 10 kamili ako barabara. Most workouts ametangulia kiwanja before sisi. Tukiwa hapa anaona everything is okay. So today is happy. Nimeona tu akidance mahali. Anafurahi.
And of course Naomi kushinda leo imekufurahisha vipi?
Beyond, it is my happiness. Nimefurahi hata zaidi hapo because doing 5,000 and mtu ya 800 na 15. In the morning alikuwa anasema sinaenda tu kuparticipate siku win, but we thank God for that.
Because of also the endurance ya cross country. Na labda msimu huu umepangaje now that imeanza vile ulikuwa naomba ianze?
Actually siwezi ongea kitu kuhusu season because coach jana alituambia tunaenda ku reduce maneno na maile, tunaanza speed work sasa. So tunaenda tu kukaa chini bado anatuelekeza vile itakuwa.
Sirikwa Classic?
Not me actually. Naomi Kori should be among the participants. Sitakimbia.
And of course kuna Kipkeino Classic inakuja. Are you planning also?
Now for Kipkeino I don't know because my manager ako na mbango, sijajua sasa kuhusu the season vile itaanza.
Yeah. And of course season ikianza tutakuwa tunakuona pia Diamond Leagues. Umepata invitations mahali?
Kama Diamond Leagues siwezi jua because unajua last season sikukimbia juu ya injury, so hakuna time yote nilikimbia. But my prayers this season hata kama ni local races I know it will be something different. Yeah.
Thank you so much and all the best as the season goes ahead.
Thank you.
That is Namu Gloria speaking to us here at the Mumias Sports Complex. She's just happy having won a double yesterday in the 800 meters and of course the 1,500 meters, and she's here speaking to us. And of course we're down to 2 laps to go in the second final of the 1,500 meters, a race that is happening here. It's a race that just began as we were talking to Nam Glorious, who did really well in the 1,500 meters last evening, and she also won the 800 meters, and of course her training partner Naomi Kori coming down to win the 5,000 meters earlier on today. But right now on your screens are participants in the 1,500 meters, and Gerald Kipkemboi currently leading the way ahead of Gerald Kipkemboi. Victor Chieng is currently in second place. And that is a good race happening down here, and it looks to be very tactical. But then Gerald Kipkemboi, as they hit the barrel.
I think that is Festus Kiprop.
Festus Kiprop apparently has just come out of nowhere and is now
He
in the
competed
lead.
yesterday in 1500, in 5,000 and won. Remember, he said he trains in Elred, Mumu area.
In Kimumu area, and look at how strong he is heading into this. And Festus and Gerald, they'll be taking this all the way. It is going to be very, very, very tough. The man from Central Reef, he looks really strong heading into the last 200 meters, and Festus trying so hard to close that gap. It is between Festus and Gerald, who's going to take it home. They take the 150. Look out of Festus from the outside. He knows that he goes those long strides, but then Gerald is grimacing. Will he hang on there? It seems to be very, very close, but then it is a battle between Gerald and Festus. Festus from the outside, he will fancy his chances, but then just about being edged out. He's just been edged out by Gerald Kipkemboi, but it's one of those races you say that if just added a meter or two, then maybe Festus could have just won it. Very, very interesting.
That's true, by the way. He had to throw his
but he nearly tripped there because he started celebrating just before the end of that race, and it's something I can always say is maybe the moment an athlete thinks that he's done it. We've seen it several times where athletes think that maybe they've won the race, then from nowhere someone comes, maybe from the outside or from the inside, to claim victory in that one. But that's the second final of the 1,500 meters, and we're down to one. The first semi-final, the first final, the last final, which was supposed to be the first, the one that has Ferguson Rotich, Kipkoech Justice, Duncan Osoro Kingere, Obadia Kipleting, Brian Kiplangat, Gibson Kiprop, Solomon Kimutai, Collins Kimutai, Anthony Kemboi, Abednego, Cheriot Walel, Vincent Kibet, Vincent Gwachi, Theophilus Kipchirchir, Abel Kirui, Victor Kiplimo, George Kisasi. They'll be competing in the third final of the 1,500 meters. Remember, afterwards, we'll have the 400 meters women final where the likes of Sarah Bosibori, Jolion Kurgat, Purity Joy Chepkoech will be taking place. So I'm being told there's no other final in the 1,500. So two, and it's done, and we'll be heading to the 400 meters men and women final. You've heard what Nam Glorias has said, and it gives hope to, let's say, the upcoming athletes. She had an injury last season. She didn't compete much and missed out a lot, and this year she looks to be really, really determined. Do you feel that maybe she's just coming of age and we'll be seeing more of her name in the newspapers, including the newspaper you write for?
Yeah, of course, these are the athletes we are trying to bring out their stories very well, because getting an athlete going for an injury and then coming back strongly and doing wonders, those are the athletes we are trying to follow up and see. Even those who got injuries, we need to tell out their stories and know what injuries they had during their training sessions. And remember, I think we need to do something about these athletes who train in Kimomo. Remember Naomi and Naomi Glorious also, this group of Kimomo. You've seen Festus, what he has done in the 1,500 meters. He won yesterday in 5,000 meters. So there's something special about these athletes training in that area. It's not only those who are training in Uten, Kaptagat, and the likes of Kapsait or South Rift in Kericho, Ngong, Bomet.
So,
have a small group, of athletes.
And then we have 55 camps,
Yes.
which makes it even bigger and better.
Yes.
Because for one to, let's say, have a camp means that maybe there is something special happening. And of course, I'm being informed there's the prize giving for the 5,000 meters women final that happened just a couple of moments ago. And of course, for the 1,500, they'll be picking the best times, right? And it's the medal ceremony for the 5,000 meters that was won by Naomi Korir, with Betty coming in second, and of course Bosibori in third. So it's time for the prizes, time for the podium, and those are the athletes.
That is 1,500.
The 1,500 meters, that was from yesterday, and in third place was Alfosina Barongo from South Rift, South Nyanza South, claiming 10,000 shillings and prize money. The young and very energetic
I think from
Vivian Cherotich, 15,000 shillings.
being awarded there by the senior vice president in charge of competitions,
Mr. Paul Mutwi. Nam Glorious Jepchumba. She didn't tell me she was going to receive some money. Nam Glorious, of course, winner of the 1,500 meters, receiving 20,000 Kenya shillings, courtesy of Betika and Athletics Kenya. So those are the winners from yesterday's 1,500 meters. And of course, coming up is the 400 meters women final that will be coming up just in a bit. The likes of Sarah Bosibori, Joylin Kurgat, Purity Chepkoech, watch out for this one. 5.
for the younger
Mercy Chebet is also in the mix. And
field events.
For the field events, of course, that is Judith Jelagat. That should be the long jump that took place yesterday. Waiting to see. It should be javelin. Judith Jelagat, 10,000 shillings, finishing third. That is Maureen, who won silver in javelin. And of course, the winner is Mutai, 20,000 Kenya shillings. So those are winners from yesterday's javelin. It is Mutai, Jelagat, and of course that signals the end of the medal ceremony. You can see Senior Vice President Athletics Kenya, Mr. Paul Mutwi, actually we're getting ready for the 400 meters women final, and you've talked about Mercy Chebet. She'll be running in lane number 3. Sarah Bosibori Joel, Nyanza South. She'll be running in lane number 1, and Joylin Kurgat in lane number 2. So Mercy Chebet, Joan Cherono, Demoklin Bonareri, Sarah Bosibori, Brilliant Nelima, Gladys Mumbe Ngure, and of course Purity Chepkoech and Joylin Kurgat.
Basi wale wanashiriki katika mita 400. Leni ya kwanza ni Sarah Bosibori Joel, leni ya pili Joylin Kurgat, leni ya tatu Purity Joy Chepkoech, leni ya nne Joan Cherono, leni ya tano Mercy Chebet, leni ya sita Gladys Mumbe Devi, leni ya saba Demoklin Bonareri, na leni ya nane ni Bravian Nelima.
Bravian in lane number 8. So it's the 400 meters women final. Gladys Mumbe in lane number 5, Mercy Chebet in lane number 4, Purity Chepkoech in lane number 3, Joylin Kurgat in lane number 2, and Sarah Bosibori Joel in lane number 1. So who will be crowned the queen of the 400 meters? We are just about to witness that here at the Mumias Sports Complex.
Start list nimesoma, kama bado hamkupata, lakini nitarudia, ni kazi yangu. Lane 1, Sarah Bosibori Joel, Nyanza South. Lane 2, Joylin Kurgat, Central Rift. Lane 3, Purity Joy Chepkoech, Southern. Lane 4, John Chelono, Police. Lane 5, Matthew Quebec, Southern. Lane 6, Gladys Mumbe David, Southern. Lane 7, Ramakali Gonareri, Nyanda South. And lane 8, Brilliant Nalima, Northern.
So we await for the start of the 400 meters. That is Joylin Kurgat in lane number 2. Purity Chepkoech in lane number 3. Silence for start. And off they go. The 400 meters. Mercy Chebet, Gladys Mumbe. Some of the names just watch in these 400 meters as they take the first bend heading to the last 300 meters. It is still very, very close to call, but yet again, watch out for Gladys Mumbe, lane number 5. Mercy Chebet also coming in really, really strongly. As you can see, they're trying so hard as they head to the 150. This is going to be very, very interesting. Mercy Chebet now takes the lead for the first time in this race, heading to the last 100 meters. It is Mercy Chebet enjoying a healthy lead, but then watch out from lane number 1. That is Sarabo Sibori trying so hard to come. She will be trying so hard to close that gap between her and Mercy Chebet, but then it is Mercy Chebet who will be running home to claim victory in this one, the 400 meters in this first Athletics Kenya and Betika weekend track and field meet. So Mercy Chebet wins the 400 meters women final.
Mercy Chebet, she's been doing so well. Because with the right conditions and weather conditions, we are going to see more better performance with the right conditions in terms of
Hapa sasa ni upande wa wanaume. Tungeomba
who said that she trains in she changed her training base. She's training in Kaptagat, of course, under the Global Sports Communication team. She must have been inspired with the likes of Faith Kipyegon, because those are some of the athletes she trains with. And of course, if you're joining us, we are live from Mumias. This is the second day of the track and field. Of course, this is the first event. Maybe taking you through the 400 meters winners today. That is Mercy Chebet. Maybe we need to know. We need to know, of course, who is leading this season. We will be talking to. And of course, if Mulemi, you are ready. Are you ready? Maybe you can take it over from Mulemi. Because as we wait for Mulemi to talk to the winner, I was talking about the 400 meters women's race. We need to get to know who leads this season, and of course, we have Marita Coach, who has done 47.60, Jamila from Czech Republic, that is, she has done 47.99, and then we have Salwa Aid Nasser 48.14. Of course, it is the first. I think the first African comes in position, because we have the Nigerian Falilat Sheku was done 49.10 this event. So, and of course, that is an all-time top season list, and then top list, and of course, we have the top this season, and we are going to see who leads this season. We have Lieke Clever from Netherlands, who has done 50.76, followed by Leah Butler from USA, 50.85, and then we have 51.12, Kailasha Mishra from India, and then we have the fourth athlete from USA. So we are going to listen to Mercy Chebet, who won the race, and get to know what he has for this season. Over to you, Mulemi.
Congratulations for winning this race. Imekuwaje?
Race sijakuwa mbaya. Nashukuru Mungu. Nimepata nguvu mpaka nimemaliza.
Ukianza naona wakina Joan walikuwa pale na akapo wakina Ngure walikuwa pale. Nini ili cross mind yako sasa ile ulikuwa umeanza hii race na nini ilikupush kabisa ukasema leo unaanguka na hii?
Jana nilikimbia nikaona kesho si mbaya. Nilikuwa naomba tu nipate nguvu kama jana nimalize leo. Nashukuru nimewin.
Of course umeng'ang'ana sana kwa hii afya Mumias hapo umeshinda, labda inakumotivate aje vile season inaanza na labda mipango yako itakuwa ipi season ikiendelea?
Nimeona season nimefungua mzuri, mwili si mbaya. So sasa ni kukangana, nitafute time ya 400 nikimbie 50 ndio ni qualify niende Tokyo.
Asante sana na all the best. And of course, the winner there, Mercy, telling us that she was really determined to win this one. And of course, after having a very successful day on day one of this AK Betika first weekend meet here at the Mumias Sports Complex, she was really determined to come and claim victory here. And when she saw those experienced sprinters here at this Mumias Sports Complex, she was like, okay, let me do this. Let me try my best and ensure that I claim victory in this one. And then she came and she conquered. She won the 400 meters. Mercy Chebet, who has really ran a good race. She was way ahead of the rest of the pack and of course claimed victory here. Of course, a couple of races lined up, including the 3,000 meters steeplechase that will be coming up later on. There is the 800 meters also lined up for you here at the Mumias Sports Complex. A very beautiful facility, very beautiful scenery, and of course everything here is just green. And of course, as we talk about being green, we also expect the athletes to give the best and ensure that at least they leave a mark. We witnessed the 1,500 meters, 2 finals in that one, and we saw a very good race there, and athletes of course giving an account of themselves. Right now we'll be having the 400 meters men final, and afterwards the 3,000 meters steeplechase. We'll be giving you each and every detail of this. Remember, the 800 meters is also coming up later on today. The 100 meters men and women final, the 200 meters men and women final. So this will be an action-packed day here at the Mumias Sports Complex. Over to you, Bernard, on the other side. Kwenye PTC. Kuja mpaka jioni.
And then again, she has won 400 meters, and with a good amount of money that has been given by Betika. I remember these events are being sponsored by Betika. We really thank Betika because they have done a good job, and athletes are really motivated to come and compete. So we shall be seeing how the season will go, and of course, remember sprinters would always love to compete in a low train in a low altitude area, but compete in a high altitude area. So that was 400 meters. So of course, Mercy Chebet changed her training base from the south to carry Jericho to Kapalet, winning the race here today. Yeah, the next event is 400 meters men, and we shall be giving you the lineup in a short while. Of course, I can see Kelvin to protect there. We shall be giving you the names. Of the Betika Athletics Kenya weekend first meet many athletes have shown up
Betika, Rotich, Luther, Tinega, Mutua. Let's appreciate these guys.
talking to Mercy. She's a shy girl, yes, but she means business.
She says she looked at the starting lineup and she was like, I think I got this. And but these are the results.
Emmanuel Mutua.
Yeah, of course, these are the results for the 5,000 women. And now
One lap on the track, the 400 meters. The white flag is there.
That is
Meaning
for 1740 biology of 1750.
all clear. If the red flag is up, it means hold.
Yeah, but let me before we watch the 400 meters. We were talking about Mercy Chebet, who changed phases. That is, she was training in
Steeplechase is the next event. Starter, we're waiting for you, starter.
And I think she must have been motivated.
Steeplechase men
Faith Kipyegon, of course, has inspired quite some, quite a number of athletes, and of course, training at Kaptagat means that she is closer to the people she actually watches, the people she actually looks up to, and it's something that gives them an extra motivation. Like Faith always says that Eliud Kipchoge has always inspired her, and you can see how that propelled her to reigning supreme in the world athletic series, and of course the golden leagues and everything else. It's something that always gives these athletes an extra motivation. So we talked about Naomi winning the 5,000 meters earlier on today, and she says that it's all about of course the athletes she looks up to, and of course the training regimes, and of course the coach. She's talked about Coach Claudia, and I think coaches also have a very big huge impact on many of these athletes, and depending on the location where they are coming from, it is all about how the coaches prepare them for different meets, because I believe that they are given different kinds of preparations for each and every competition they participate in.
Yeah, of course. She said that she wants to do 50 so that she can be able to get a slot to
Maluka,
represent the World
Masika,
Championships.
Rotich, Luta,
And of course, it is possible for her. You can see what she's doing, and this is a
Emmanuel
surface.
Mutua.
Does these at the
So the 4x400 meters relay this year will be
that was
something
400
to
meters
watch
final women.
between
Now we are
police,
waiting for the
prisons,
400
ADF.
meters
We are seeing a lot of
And
400
of
meter
course, on
runners
the other
coming out.
side, I can see the 3,000 meters steeplechase runners getting ready. So of course, it will be the final that will be taking place later on, just after this 400 meters. So it's going to be a very fast day
So we're
today,
paying
just as
our
the races.
attention to the starter over there.
Just a couple of minutes after 10 o'clock, of course, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. That means that we are getting to the mid-morning session here at the Mumias Sports Complex, and I can see the likes of Brian Chinega exchanging niceties just before the storm in this 400 meters final. And if you're joining us, we're live from the Mumias Sports Complex, bringing you day 2 of the first Athletics Kenya track and field weekend meeting, and it's all happening here in county number 37, that is Kakamega County, and it is a county that is known for agriculture, sugarcane, of course. We a lot of sugarcane in this area. I think this is the largest milling company in the country. And of course, you can see the farmers. You walk around, you find them going to the farm in the morning, the tractors hauling the sugarcane. And just an interesting place that has hosted this first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field weekend meeting. If you're joining us, we're just about to start the 400 meters men final.
In 2 weeks' time.
Remember, the second Athletics Kenya track and field weekend meeting will be happening in the next 2 weeks. It should be happening at the Thika Sub-County Stadium.
Come for your prizes. Come for your prizes. The winners of the women's 5,000 meters. Naomi, Betika, Frida Bosibori. Come forward for your prizes. 5,000 meters winners.
And remember,
Betika
this
is here to give you prizes.
athletes,
Naomi Korir, Betty Chepkemoi, Frida Bosibori. As we still hold on for the 400 meters.
Mercy Chebet winning the 400 meters women final in a time of 56.3 seconds. Joan Cherono came in second. She was running in lane number 7, 57.3, and Damaklin Bonari, 59.5, to claim third spot. Sarah Bosibori came in fourth with Bravia Nelima fifth. Gladys Mumbe and Purity Joy, of course, joining Kurgat, finishing 7th, 8th in that race. But then watch out for Cyanek in this 400 meters men final. It is going to be very, very, very tough. But then look at how well they prime themselves for this one. NYS running in lane number 8. It is the GSU in lane number 7. Police, of course, it's Cyanek trying really, really hard. The man from Police, he is the favorite to win this one. And of course, he now takes the lead for the first time as they head towards the 120 into the last 100 meters. It's Cyanek in the lead, really trying so hard. Brian Tinega also trying so hard to ensure that he stays in there, but it will be Tinega to win this 400 meters men final.
And Brian Tinega is there, third position.
So it is Cyanek and then Brian Tinega winning this one.
Those guys were in the Olympics. Yo kijana alienda mpaka Miramas.
3,000 meters, that's the next event on the track for men.
Of course,
actually Kevin winning.
Kevin Kiprotich.
Yes.
And then Brian Tinega and Cyanek. Yes, Cyanek and then Brian came in third. Yeah, so that is Kevin Kiprotich and then Brian Cyanek in third, and of course
called Sanayek. These names are tough, but Sanayek.
Sanayek.
Yes.
So it is Kelvin Kiprotich, then Sanayek coming in second, and of course it is Tinega who finishes third.
Of course, that was 400 meters. Of the top season list, the athletes leading in that event, we have Zandion Barnes from Jamaica, who ran 44.97. Actually, on 8th February, followed by Molna from Hungary, who ran 45.08. That athlete is Genoa Matera from USA, 45.19. Of course, of all-time top list, that is, we have the leading athlete. I'm giving you the athlete in a bit. That was 400 meters. I'm giving you the list in a bit of all-time. That is 400 meters. I don't know if you are ready. Okay. Meanwhile, we have the South African athlete who ran Van Dijk White, that is 43.03, followed by Michael Johnson, the second best of all time, having done 43.82 from USA. Then we have Butch Reynolds, who has done 43.89 also from USA. The fourth athlete is Quincy Hall from USA. And of course, you are going to listen to the podium finishers. Over to you, Molemi.
Finishers here, and of course a beautiful story being created here at the Mumias Sports Complex. Kiprotich, winner of the 400 meters. How do you feel about today?
Thank you. Now I feel poor. Game imekuwa tough. Kila mtu alikuwa strong. Lakini yenye Mungu ameleta ndio hivyo.
Jana tumeona performance almost umereplicate ile kitu ulifanya jana hadi leo, na season imeanza. Labda season imekuwa aje vile ukianza matayarisho na saizi umeclaim victory hapa. Sijui una feel vipi kwanza, na ulifeel aje ukiingia kwa race?
preparation si mbaya na bado tuko kwa hiyo harakati ya kuprepare. Unajua hapa mbele kuna world champ, ndio target sahi. So we have to prepare well sahi. Ndio tuweze qualify kwa world champs.
Of course umeongea kuhusu hiyo, there's a beautiful story yenye inakuwa created, the world relays na come. Mnafikiria pia kwa hiyo line kwamba saizi world relays Kenya unakumbuka last year we just missed by a whisker kwenda Paris. Do you feel that right now kuna ile kitu yenye mlijifunza last year kule Miramas yenye inaweza fanya tukienda sasa kwa world relays na of course world championship yenye mtakuwa mnafanya?
Yeah. Kenya sprinters tuko na wako wengi wazuri zaidi. Hapa tukiconcentrate na uwanja tu vizuri, tunaweza gonga the world. Ulimwengu atatutambua kwa sababu najua timu ya 400 qualify world relays ni easy. Juu venye naona akina sana Tayo Tinega ukiongeza akina Eko akina Mwereza, hiyo team ni strong na nina imani tunaenda kuenda world champs na pia na relays.
Tunakuwa na hizi series utakuwa unazifanya zote?
Si coach ndiye anaamua kama tutafanya zote. Kwa alituambia tu test halafu zingine ataziona baadaye. Sasa tunaongoja kutoka kwake.
Thank you so much, now all the best in the next one.
Thank you.
Race imekuaje kwanza, podium finish yet again, na najua labda imekupatia motivation fulani heading into this season vile imeanza?
Kwanza nashukuru Mungu kwa kunileta hapa na kunilinda kunipea uhai. Oto mwili wangu ikuwa sawa, nilikuwa na some medical lakini Mungu amenijalia kwa podium. Mimi sikuwa natarajia mali nitaingia iko sawa. Bado tunangangana lakini nimeshukuru kwa Kevin Kipkorir na rafiki yangu sana yake kuweza na mimi brand tena kuingia podium. Nashukuru sana. Yeah.
Na tuseme labda matayarisho yako yamekuwa vipi na labda umekuja hapa kama kuna hiccups kidogo, msimu ndio huu umeanza, labda tusubiria nini kutoka kwa Brian msimu huu?
Okay, msimu huu mimi nangangana kwa sababu last chance ilikuwa naenda Olympic. Sababu hizo sikanitoa kiasi lakini sikukufa moyo. Nilisema hoja nijikaze, siku yangu itafika nami. Yeah.
World relays ndio hizi zinakam, labda do you plan to make it better because last year tulimiss kidogo tu kwenda pale Paris?
Hiyo sasa ndio tumekuja hapa tungangana ili tuweze kuingia world relay na sisi tuweze kukimbia time nzuri kwa Kenya ili na sisi tuweze kunawiri. Yeah.
All the best and quick recovery upone haraka.
Asante sana.
Of course, thank you so much. And of course Sanayek will also be speaking to us. He has a very beautiful story about those who remember 2017, but then Sanayak, good to see you once again. Race imekuwa vipi, umemaza leo kwa podium tena?
Race iko sawa. It's the first AK meeting. Ndio tunajaribu kupolish kwa na mwili venye iko na si mbaya. Kenya imenifurahisha, maboys wana come up. I like that spirit. Wakiona champ hivi wanasema lazima tumalizie. Na hiyo ni kitu mzuri sana. Imenimotivate sana, vijana wako sawa. Yeah.
Kiprotich amesema Kenya kuna sprinters na 400 meters tunajua of course inakuanga very good sprinters, na leo tumeona hiyo hapa hivi mmemaza kwa podium na ni story yenye mlianza kuandika kitambo. World relays inakuja, world championships inakuja, kuna a lot of activities, the Kip Keino Classic inakuja, plans ziko aje kwanza kwa wewe na of course mnaongeanga na hao wengine?
I do believe sisi sprinters of 100 tutaweza make. Tuko na hiyo imani na tuko na potential ya kumake. Kisa nimeona maboys wame come up, my young new blood, so najua kila kitu itakuwa sawa. You have to arrange mzuri tu hizo meeting, tupige poa, time ingiane. Na believe kabisa tuta qualify. Yeah.
Last year kulikosekana tu kidogo. Nini mmejifunza kuanzia hiyo time hadi sasa yenye mnasema round hii lazima tupate hiki kitu?
Hiyo wakati hatukuwa tumekama mapema, azini unajua kitu kama relays ni teamwork. So tukama mapema, wajata selectiwa, Mungu akitujalia mazuri, tukama mapema tujuane, tujue mtu wako best wapi, ndio tu arrange mapema.
Thank you so much. Time to rest, right? Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is Sanayak speaking to us here at the Mumias Sports Complex. Of course, the focus is not only about the individuals. The focus is all about how to conquer the world. Last year, they missed by a whisker going to the Paris Olympic for the Olympic Games, and exactly what to do, when to do, and how to do it to make it to the world relays. And of course, talk about the World Athletics Championship that will be coming up later on in September in Tokyo, Japan. It is a beautiful story that is being created, and it starts here at the first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field weekend meet here. And of course, it's scorching hot, but let alone that, there's some water there that is already being used by the steeplechasers. It's the 3,000 meter steeplechase race currently going on, and of course we'll be taking back there to see who is going to win this final. It's all happening here at Athletics Kenya TV. Over to you, Bernard, as we head over to the 3,000 meters steeplechase.
Thank you so much, Mulemi. That was a good interview. Of course, Kevin talking about they will beat the world, they will conquer the world if they get the right training facilities. Of course, we are now, if you are watching live, this is 3,000 steeplechase men ongoing. That is Dennis Nyongesa Simi from Western, Ammon Kipkorir Bait from KDF, Titus Tanui Police, Victor Ochieng Western, Shadrach Protich Nairobi, Evan Sanzara Olo, Belgard Kingetich Prisons, Giambo Alfred Western, Cornelius Kosgei Konor Central, Peter Rono Kipngeno South, Joanna Kibet Songir Central, Stephen Kiplagat and Elias Kipto Chobor all from Central, Simeon Kulo Central West, Carlos Kiputo South, Victor Kipngeno Baby, Saint Kit Tai from Western, Aaron Kipandira, North, Joseph Wale, Western, the last yes, of course, there is 3 laps to go, and of course, these athletes are looking forward to get the chance to represent Kenya at the World Championships. Remember, at the World Championships, you need to get to win a bronze medal through Abraham Award. Of course, it's not here. That is the prize money ongoing for the 5,000 meters race. That was very coming in second, third, winning 10,000 shillings. And then the second athlete was just the boy trains in Kapsamet and Coach Claudio Daily. Of course, winning the amount is not winning 15,000. And then the winner is, of course, Naomi Korir, who bagged 5,000. Yeah, of course, almost almost 2 laps to go. And leading is 7, that is Peter Rono Kipngeno, should be Kipngeno from South, who is now leading. Of course, followed by that should be Diva. Yeah, those are the athletes who are doing the 3,000 steeplechase. That's I was telling you that the last championships, of course, Abraham Kibi was starting, of course, behind Lameta Girma, who bagged silver with Sofiane El Makali from Morocco leading, winning a gold medal. What do you think about the steeplechase race?
Lesson learned. Lessons, of course, that will help us make ourselves better. Sofiane El Bakali and of course Girma, some of the athletes that have of course made it very impossible for us to reclaim that victory. But you look at the body language of these athletes that are running these races, you're like, they actually have realized what it takes to actually become a world beaters yet again. And we've seen the likes of Kibiwot Kandie talking about how they are going to how they are going to ensure that they reclaim victory after they hit the bell. Cornelius Kipkosgei Konor is currently in second behind behind Peter Rono Kipngeno as they scan through the last 200 meters of this race here at the Mumias Sports Complex. And look at that technique by Mr. Peter Rono Kipngeno. He knows exactly how to jump the hurdles, and of course He looks really strong, and it's all about, of course, seeking qualification times for the World Athletics Championships. And you can see it's a statement that is already made here at the Mumias Sports Complex. Look at him heading into the 150, the last jump into the water, and of course he's up there trying to ensure that he stays there. And after this, we'll be having the 800 meters. We'll have the 800 meters, but that's Peter Rono Mieno who is going to win this 3,000 meter steeplechase, with Cornelius Kipkosgei Konor coming in second.
Yeah, a beautiful race it was, and of course we shall be listening to the athletes in a while from Mulemi.
800 meters women.
Know,
800 meters women. The winners.
And of course, maybe later also you should be talking to the vice president just to tell us what he is in store for the athletes in this upcoming season.
Alfosina.
Yeah, the race was good, and we've seen
those are the winners for 800 meters. Women, please come forward for your prizes.
I get to hear what he has planned
Naomi
for the season and where
Kirui, Alfosina, Manani.
And of course, if you are just joined us, this is the first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field event happening in Mumias Sports Complex, that is in Kakamega County. The second series, of course, will be heading to the second Athletics Kenya Betika track and field events will be heading to, of course, Thika, that is in central region of Kenya. Athletes who maybe not make it to Mumias will be using that event also to gauge and gauge themselves in various events that will be, of course, will be able to know maybe later after we have known the lineup of the events. Remember, in Mumias we did have the 10,000 meters for both men and women. Maybe in Thika we shall have athletes competing in that event or any other meet.
We are here with the podium finishers in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Cornelius, of course, winning that race, and of course he'll be telling us how he feels about this. Cornelius, congratulations kwa ushindi wa leo. Unahisi vipi kushinda mashindano haya hapa Mumias?
Ninaishi poa, sikuwa natarajia naweza make to be position 1, but I thank God, and also I thank my coach for the support that he has given us during training, so I'm happy.
Talk about coach wako, labda utuambie una train camp gani na coach wako anaitwa nani na alikuambia nini ukija katika mashindano haya?
I train under Gabriel coach, so wakati tulikuwa tunakuja alituambia muende Mungu awape nguvu mpate ushindi.
Na umeangalia leo ushindani wa leo ulikuwa vipi? Tumeona Rashid alikuwa pale, Cornelius alikuwa pale. Unahisi vipi? Ilikuwa vipi ukaona kwamba wacha niende na hii? Manake baada ya second lap uliamua wacha niende na hii kitu.
Nilikuwa naona pace si mbaya. Nikasema wacha ni test kama huyu jamaa wangu anaweza funga cup. Ndio maana nikapiga lap ya mwisho one way.
Angalia kule kwenye mashindano ya World Athletics Championship ambayo yanakuja, labda utakuwa unafikiria kufanya vipi? Maana tunajua kwamba Kenya hatujakuwa vizuri sana miaka ambayo imepita. Do you feel that huu mwaka ni ule mtakuwa mnaamua sasa hii steeplechase inarudi nyumbani?
Bango yangu tunaenda kuongea na coach ndio tupange vile mbele itakuwa.
Asante sana na all the best. Okay. That's the winner of the
Kwa fingertips.
Inabidi. Sio rutiki ndio amenifukuza nitoke.
Na mimi nakukaribisha sana.
Kwa sawa. Mazi niende Nairobi mapema, nimechoka. Naenda leo. Kwa hivyo nilihepa job. Na niko na kipindi kesho asubuhi. So it will be even better.
Napatia 800.
Okay, sawa. Haya.
So once again, it's the finals now. That's the finals for the women.
That was Peter Ono from South Rift training in Kericho under Gabriel Kiptanui. That is Coach Gabriel Kiptanui, one of the oldest coaches who was in that job there. I have an athlete from Japan. Challenging someone very light in weight. so those are the athletes who have been, of course, seen some records. We witnessed. We have been able to bring in some records. And, as we are almost done with the day because we have 200 meters races, and of course that's the prize money for the, I think that is 800 meters race. Because that is the winner. Naomi Gloria's having won a double yesterday. That is 1500 meters and the 800 meters races. Officials are rewarding the athletes there, taking a picture after rewarding the athletes. Of course, 200 meters. Esther Bagari,
Brenda Matita, Lenia Saba, Eunice Kadogo, Lenia Nane, Brilliant. Wote hao wako tayari pale wakati wote shindano hilo litaanza kuanza. Kama vile tulivyofahamisha ni kwamba weekend meeting ya chama cha riadha nchini ya pili tunaelekea kule Thika tarehe 28 na tarehe 1 Machi. Tarehe 28 na tarehe 1 Machi.
Of course, from the announcer there, the second weekend meet.
Lakini tarehe 27 ndio wanariadha wataenda kuchukua zile.
The weekend after the local cross country, that is the Sirico Classic cross country. 28th and 1st of March, 28th February and 1st of March. We shall be heading to Betika for the second Athletics Kenya Betika cross country. Sorry, we've been doing a lot of cross country, so sorry for that. It's Athletics Kenya Betika track and field. That is the second one. Of course, we'll be heading to Betika. And remember, next weekend we shall be doing the last cross country. That is the Sirico Classic, where we expect a number of athletes to compete in that event. Remember, Agnes Jebet Ngetich, the world record holder in 10,000 meters, the second fastest athlete in half marathon, will be headlining this event. And of course, we have the results for the 1500 meters. Gerard Kipkemboi having won with 3:45. Festus Kiprop coming second, 3:45.3. Obadia Kipleting coming in third at 3:48.0. Of course, I think there is a mix-up there. The fourth athlete is a lady, that is Nelly Chebet. I think there was a mix-up. But of course, the top three athletes are men, and they have, of course, ran. What do you mean?
Top three athletes are men.
There was a lady. There was a lady in the results. So there was a mix-up. They have to.
For once, I thought it was the mixed relay.
So far, so good. That is the finals, 200 meters finals. We'll be waiting for the start list. We are waiting to get to know who is running. And of course, I've seen Mbagari there. I've seen Eunice Kadogo. Number of athletes there competing in this event. The final race in 100 meters.
How many races to go?
I think they still have
The 800?
200 meters men, and then the 800 meters.
Of course, yesterday we had the field events, the javelin, and of course the long jump happening. And the ladies also have now the luxury of getting off the blocks. They're being literally fixed with the nail and hammer. Yeah, so beautiful scenes here at the Mumias Sports Complex. And
of course, one of the technical team here.
Yes, and of course I will be waiting to hear what they have to say at this beautiful facility here at the Mumias Sports Complex, a place that has, of course, brought memories and, of course, created history. Very, 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 very beautiful. Big up everybody who's watching wherever they're watching from. We are live from the Mumias Sports Complex, a place that is hosting the first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field weekend meet. So you're getting ready for the 200 meters race that begins just in a bit. Watch out for the likes of Esther Mbagari, Eunice Kadogo, and of course 8 finalists in this one. And off they go, the 200 meters coming up nicely. Esther Bagari, the national champion, takes that bend and she's landing in lane number 4, and you can see herself very confident, and she comes in very smoothly. It's going to be very close, but then Esther Bagari, she knows when to take that huge stride, but she's going to win this first one. The Eunice Kadogo will claim third, but it is Esther Mbagari who claims victory in this 200 meters.
Naambiwa zawadi ya 400 meters women itapeanwa indikizwa na Otiti kwenye jukwaa la zawadi. Otiti,
of course, winning beautifully. That was 200 meters final race. And yeah, we expect a competitive season, of course. From Kenya Prisons.
anaenda kupeana zawadi akisindikizwa na Atiti. Atiti ndio anapeana.
And of course, we are almost at the tail end of this event. We are waiting, which is 200 meters final, 200 meters men's final. The winner, of course, here Esther Bagari winning in style, and of course, it shall be a very competitive race in the coming season. Of course, remember this is the first track and field event, the first Betika Athletics Kenya track and field event, and of course we now have the results. We remember we had the lady that is Gerald Kipkemboi won in 3:45, Festus Kipkemboi coming second in 3:45.3, Obadia Kiplating 3:48.0, and then fourth Justice Kipkoi 3:48, fifth athlete, and then that is Collins Kipkoi 3:49.1, Noah Chumba 3:45.3, Brian Kiplanga 3:49.8, and of course number 8 was Solomon Kimtai 3:53. Pictures there of athletes who just finished 200 meters final. That is for walking there. For interview from Esther Mbagari, who just won. Of course, there. Of course, okay, over to you, Mulemi.
I'm ready. I'm ready now.
I'm joined by Esther Mbagari, winner of the 200 meters women final, and of course she's writing a very good book, and of course the history books remember her to be one of the most consistent runners, and she's here with us. She wants to talk to us and tell her how she feels. Esther, race ya leo imekuaje kwanza?
Race ya leo, in fact today race is my race, so nimefurahia tu. I like running, I like doing competitions, I like everything about field, so siwezi sema race ilikuwa mbaya. Yeah.
And of course kuna wakati tulikuwa tunaongea na wewe, wakati mwingine ukasema kwamba aim yako ni kuqualify for global events. Una feel shape yako iko aje sasa na mwaka huu vile umeanza of course with the right note, umeshinda 200 meters, najua pia utakuwa na shiriki kwa 100 meters. Do you feel that right now is the time utakuwa unapitisha kale ka alama Kenya kame miss kwenda kwa World Championship?
Yeah, because to say yes, it's about my coach giving me my workouts, my timetable. It's all about coach. So yeye ndiye anajua ikifika hiyo time ya hiyo competitions about world relays or whatever, he knows I will run. Yes.
Ukiangalia field ya leo ulikuwa na feel iko aje? Did you feel that it was strong enough, and what were your thoughts before the final?
Okay, field ya leo imekuwa sawa, weather imekuwa so good, so siwezi sema field imekuwa mbaya. Maybe niseme tu hii Maram ndo kuna place utapata iko mchanga mingi, pengine haina, so hiyo ndo disadvantage ya hapa tu. Yeah.
Of course, see 5 more weekend meets to go. Una plan aje?
Okay, hiyo bado juu niko hapa sasa, tuko kwa loading, so for those 5 we can meet. I know there is some improvement we'll make.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Okay, thank you.
Esther Mbagari there. She's been telling us about her plans for the season, and of course Brenda, who finished second, she'll be telling us exactly. And of course tough race today. Umefilaje kuhusu race ya leo na season ndio imeanza? Nimeona after the end of the race it's been really tough, but then you ended up finishing on the podium.
Race ijakuwa rahisi, imekuwa ngumu, ni ile kujikaza tu. Hata sikujua, nilijua naweza kuwa position 3, kadogo atakuwa 2, na sikujua hata naweza kuwa karibu hivyo na Mbagari sana.
Talking about Mbagari, she's your cousin. Mna train pamoja?
Tuna train pamoja, ni cousin yangu, real cousin. Hata niende alini introduce kwa mbio, sasa singekuwa kwa mbio, but tumekimbia primary, secondary, tumekuwa wote.
Umesema kumaliza number 3 hapa kwa 200 meters imekumotivate. Number 2 kwa hii race imekumotivate, sorry. Una feel how far can you push, because right now umesema like this result it's not what you are expecting, but congratulations, you are so close to beating your cousin.
Yeah, sikutarajia hii competition, ani ni ile training tumepewa na coach ndio imenifikisha hapa. Na tena mwenyewe nilikuwa nimemwambia coach, sioni nikienda final nimejaa sana. Akaniambia pana, si ndio hiyo Esther mna train. By the siogopangi Esther kwa start. Siogopangi. Tukienda, unaona tukikuwa mimi na Esther, siwezi muogopa Esther, lakini tukiwa na wengi, naogopa wengi, but yeye peke yake siwezi ogopa. Sijui mbona. Coach akaniuliza mbona uweni, nikamwambia ni tough. Angalia vile nini hit tulikuwa na kadogo nikambit, semis tukakuwa na kadogo nikambit, hasa nikajua final atafunguka. Sikujua naweza fika hii position.
Esther, national champion of course, and a national record. Wewe saizi umeget that closer. Do you feel you can do it?
Yeah, naweza fanya tena better than.
Of course saizi tutakuwa tunaangalia the next coming events. Sijui unapangaje, naona una represent Kenya Prisons. Unapangaje saizi 5 minutes to go, ama bado kwa ile loading season yenye bado unataka kusikia coach atakuambia utafanya nini?
Yeah, bado ningali kwa hiyo season na coach ndiye ananipanga, lakini nguvu ni yangu.
Nguvu ni yako. All the best and thank you so much. That is Brenda, you finished second in the 200 meters and of course she says that she's getting earning that name. She's getting that name and of course she is the name. Of course we'll be waiting to see what she can produce in the coming seasons. She says that she doesn't fear Esther Mbagari, the national champion, and of course I'll be joined by the most experienced of the athletes here, former national champion in the 200 meters, former national record holder in the same, and of course she will be telling us of course how she feels about today finishing on the podium after quite a while. Eunice, karibu sana, na leo hii race umemaliza number 3, good comeback. Last season ulianza kama uko slow, lakini season umeanza kama uko juu. Una feel vipi haswa baada ya leo?
Mimi nasikia poa kukuja for the first meeting, alafu performance yangu iko hivyo. Kwanza mimi namshukuru coach, anatukaza, na pia mbio ndio uperform lazima ukue na discipline. So mimi nashukuru Mungu. Hii mwaka last season nilikuwa na mainjari mingi, lakini hii mwaka nashukuru Mungu nimeanza salama. Sina injari yoyote. So mimi kazi yangu ni kungangana, nichikaze ili niweze kufika mahali.
Ukiongea kuhusu kungangana, kuna mashindano mengi ambayo yanakuja na wewe najua kwamba umejua vile utajipanga. Je, unahisi nini utakuwa unafanya msimu huu kianza kuhakikisha kwamba labda umerudi ile form yenye ulikuwa nayo, ukavunja rekodi za nationals and of course representing the country in global events?
Mimi kazi yangu ni kungangana, nitie coach na kutia bidii kwa mazoezi ili nikaweze kurudi ile form yangu ya kitambo.
Tutakuwa tunakuwa ukishiriki katika mashindano yote, ama kuna yale yenye bado utakuwa nini, ama utasikiza coach kwanza?
Sisi tutaendelea tu kungangana na hii meetings zetu na zinginezo mingi kama zitakuwa kama classic zikikuja, tuko ndani tunangangana kama tutapatikana ndani. Nayo tutaenda hapo na tutie bidii tuone kama tunaweza qualify world championship.
Thank you so much for your time and all the best.
Thank you.
That is Eunice Kadogo, came in 3rd place in the 200 meters women final, but now it's time for the men to rumble in the 200 meters men final with Isaac Omurwa, who's dominated the field from day one into the semi-final, be able to conquer the world. Will it be Hesbon Ochieng? Will it be who else is there? There are a couple of names that we'll be watching in this 200 meters final. It's gonna happen right here, right now, so stay tuned, because up next is the 200 meters men final.
Yeah, of course, 200 meters men getting ready there. Thank you, Mulemi, for those decisive interviews. Of course, I didn't know the two athletes are cousins, and it's interesting. Brenda and of course Mbagari train together, and she's really inspired by Mbagari, of course, to continue doing well. And of course, we shall have the second, this is the third last event, that is 200 meters men's final, followed by 800 meters final, and then the last event will be 100 meters final. Because folks, literally with a lot of hammering here, of course, Aram surfaced stadium. Of course, good representation from members of the public. They are trying to watch to see who are these people, who are the champions in this event. First, Athletics Kenya, Betika track and field event happening here in Kakamega County Sports Complex, Mumias Sports Complex. Of course, we are waiting for the final race.
Gonna have a restart on this one, the 200 men final. But of course, you've heard a beautiful story there from Brenda and Esther. I really enjoyed that. The two cousins. Yes. She says that she fears everyone else in the field, but not Bagari. Of course, you can't find that anywhere.
Those are the stories.
On this one, the 200 men.
Inspiring stories.
To listen to those stories. They want to read about that.
The inspiring stories, and of course, we are ready for the 200 meters men final. Will it be Hesbon? Will it be Isaac? Let's wait and see. And off they go very nicely, and this is very confident. Listen to the crowd. They are pumped up. They are cheering these sprinters very well. Innocent Kadino coming from lane number 2, but then it is Isaac Omurwa once again hitting the front, but he just pulled a hamstring. So unfortunate, but then it is Kiprotich.
I think it is a photo finish.
It will be a photo finish.
We shall wait for the results. Get to know whoever is.
Kevin Kipkorir, I think, might have just won that one.
Mita 800 sasa. Mita 800 wanaume. Mita 800 wanaume. Mita 800.
Wait for Mulemi to
have a start on this one, the 200 men final.
Get to know who won the race.
What?
Remember, Kenya has a silver medal through Emmanuel Wanyonyi at the World Championships in Hungary. Was in 2023. And of course, we are going to see if Kenya will be able to reclaim the title last that was won by Emmanuel, who won the 2020 Olympic Games and in 2020 was in Tokyo. Then, of course, he went ahead and won the 2022 World Athletic Games. That was in Oregon. And then silver behind, of course, his rival. His rival. Of course, we will be waiting for Mulemi for the interviews. Of course, we shall be waiting to hear what the winner is saying in that event. And of course, I was saying that in 2023, we had a rope winning a gold medal in the World Championships. Then Wanyonyi, it was a sweet revenge in 2024 Paris Olympics, retaining the title that Kenya won in 2020 Tokyo. And we will see if the same will be able to repeat itself at this year's World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. So that will be the second last event, 800 meters final men. We shall be waiting to see who are competing. We are still waiting for the start list of this event, and we shall be able to get to know who will be competing in this event. And of course, the last race will be 100 meters. We will be interested to see how the race will go. Of course, we saw Omurwa there pulling, because he pulled in muscle. And he did finish the race in the 200 meters. It has been a beautiful two-day event, and of course, as you can see, the scenery is there, very green. Mumias is very green. And of course, after this, people and of course fans and the sporting fraternity will be focusing at the Sirikwa Classic, which is a World Cross Country Gold Tour event coming next weekend in Eldoret, local village, and of course we are going to get ready for this event. And I don't know if Mulemi, you are ready? You are ready? Okay, we'll take it up, Mulemi.
Very difficult, ilikuwa ngumu sana ukianza. Of course, lineup ilikuwa healthy. Nini ilikusukuma all the way ukasema kwamba hii kitu leo ni yako?
Nimejaribu kwa muda mrefu, lakini leo nilikuwa nimeamua kaende. So nimeng'ang'ana hadi nimemaliza position 1. Yeah.
Na labda inakumotivate aje msimu ukianza, labda kule Utawala najua kocha amewapangia kalenda yenu. Nini haswa itakuwa inakumotivate haswa ukiingia katika msimu huu?
Training mates wangu ndio wananimotivate nikasane pia. Kwa sababu niko na machambia kwa club yangu, so wananimotivate niweke time poa ya World Relays.
At 150 Kelvin alikuwa, Moses alikuwa, and of course Isaac a very unfortunate amepata hamstring. Nini ilikuwa na cross mind yako ukisema hii 50 ya mwisho chochote kinaweza tokea?
Nilikuwa nimesema wacha nigonge kaende, lakini huko mwisho ni push hadi dakika ya mwisho. Yeah.
Labda msimu huu tunakuona utakuwa unakimbia mashindano mengi ama utakuwa unachagua?
Nitakuwa nachagua kwa sababu event yangu nakimbia 200 meters, so nitakuwa nachagua kati ya 200 meters, 100 na 400. Yeah.
All the best and training.
Okay, thank you.
That is Ronald, winner of the 200 meters, telling us exactly what happened there and of course gearing up for the season and for the second time. I'm with Kevin. Kwa mara ya pili podium finish. Amazing stuff.
Thank you.
Una feel vipi? Of course 400 meters umefanya ile kitu, 200 meters inspiration gani sasa hii unaweza kusema kwamba I can take this all the way?
Sasa hizi sema kitu juu ndio mwanzo tunaanza. Tukuzudie kuzuri kule mbele. Yale Mungu atapanga ni hivyo. Ndio hivyo.
Pale 150 kidogo ilikuwa very close, Isaac apata injury, Moses Wasike alikuwa pale, of course Ronald alikuwa pale. Nini ili cross mind yako kasema hii ni chance yangu pia lazima nitumie vizuri?
Naweza sema home stretch. Najua niko mzuri home stretch. Hapo pale reaction curve ilikuwa ngori kidogo. Alafu tena uwanja. Sisi sema uwanja ni mzuri naye tunakimbia tukijichunga. Bado mengi yako mbele.
Hayo mengi najua tutakuwa tunaongea. All the best. It's time for you to rest, of course. We'll be speaking to Kevin who's telling us that he knew exactly what to do on the home stretch, and of course Moses Wasike for the first time finishing on the podium, coming in third in the 200 meters, home soil, nyumbani. At least umefanya kitu, mashabiki wako najua wamekuwa kikushangilia sana. Nini li pass through mind yako vile ulikuwa unakimbia hii, and of course the last 50 meters very crucial?
Mimi nilikuwa determined na nilijua wakinifisha straight nitaenda nayo, but unfortunately walinitoka, so I had to chase and kwa nini determination ya kufika hapa penye naenda. Najua kitu ya maana ni pale finishing line, kuna kitu kingine huko nyuma chini tunaangalia. Mimi nashukuru kwa event, at least imenipea changamoto kutumia line 1 na kufika podium. It's not that easy, but nimejikaza, najua naendelea kujikaza kufika siku za relays hadi nitakuwa better. Yeah.
Umeongea kuhusu relays, of course tumekuwa tukiongea world relays ndio hizi zinakam. Sijui wewe na coach wako mmepanga vipi, mtakuwa mnajitayarisha vipi kwa mashindano haya na labda preparations za hizi weekend meet zenye zinakuja?
Or relays, that's why nakimbia 100 meters. I just want 100 meters in speed ya 200. Alafu I just want to run 10:0 if God willing, mwezi wa 3. Then sasa hiyo 200 ndio nitaona nitaibalance, at least nifika hapo mbele.
Of course umekuwa kiongelea hii tough, wanasema kwamba kuna mahali lazima ukimbia ukijichunga. Labda inafanya una prepare aje for different, because saizi tunasema tunakimbia kwa mara, maybe next time tutakimbia kwa Tatan kule Ulinzi, Afra Stadium ama Nyayo Stadium.
About preparation, we normally prepare anywhere. Unaweza run kwa nyasi, unapata hizo nyasi haziko balanced. Mostly tunatumia sport shoes ndio usipate injury. Sometimes tunaenda kupiga slopes zenye ziko na mawe. Hivyo ndio tunafanya, tunaendua mahali kama hapa hivi. So tukifika Tatan na kwa faster. Yeah.
All the best and congratulations Moses.
Thank you.
That's Moses Wasike, who came in third in the 200 meters, telling us how well he's prepared for this season. We are almost coming to the business end of events here at the Mumias Sports Complex. Remember, it's the second day of the first AK Betika track and field weekend meet, and it's all happening here in this beautiful facility. The sun is really scorching hot here, but then we'll keep you alive with every bit of action happening here. Over to you, Bernard.
Thank you, Mulemi. Of course, those were the interviews from 200 meters podium finishers. And as we wait for
the oops, niko na clip. Ingia kwa maji. Namba 2 aende kwake. Nisikia leo. Ruka juu, ingia kwa jukwaa. Madam, congratulations.
nice.
Number 2, this one belongs to Number 1, you carried the day. Congratulations. We take the photo together. There we go. If you are done with us, you tell us.
We are done.
Thank you.
So, msiende? Msiende? Chukweni.
Ati peke yao. Mimi nimeenda.
Simama tu hapo. Asante kwa kunibebea kofia. Yeah. Usisahau video yako ya maji huko. Niona hiyo clip. Tani mimi niliona. Oh. Niliona. Sawa. Pongeza.
That is Faith Cherotich, the bronze medalist, and of course the Diamond League winner. Looking at the athletes, it's so young. They form two athletes, that is Egg and Kaliet High School, from two students doing because we talked to them yesterday and they said they are being inspired by training men that is keenly following to see how they'll be performing. Those who have been watching this event, following us on the toes, you've kept us on the toes so that we can be able to say the right thing at the right time. And of course, that is a field event ongoing. That is, I think it's the men's, that is triple jump. A lot of dust there, of course. The athletes and officials eating a lot of dust there from that final for the men's long jump. And of course, I'll be also listening from one of the officials, that is the Vice President Athletics Kenya, Paul Mutui. I'll be talking to him shortly so that we can be able to hear what he will say. I'll be able to get to know that is Ulemi, so far, so good. In a beautiful today event.
A lot of lessons learned, and looking at some of the events that have happened, we've seen beautiful stories there from the 200 meters where two cousins finished on the podium, that is Esther and Brenda, and of course Kevin Kiprotich finishing second in the 200 meters just after doing the same in the 400 meters. It's such a beautiful story, and of course it tells you that it is time to write some of these stories in a good way. And look at how well it's been lined up. I think this has been organized really, really well, Bernard, and everything that is happening here. Of course, the field events also taking place. I think this is the triple jump.
Yeah.
The men triple jump.
Remember, this event is we just need a lot of training, good training, and good facilities for this event, so that we can be able to do good. Look at that lady from who is at the university in the US, Winnipeg is really doing marvelous, having even broken the national record about 2 weeks ago. She's doing very well, and these are the things that these athletes need: motivation and good training facilities.
Winnie B, of course, breaking records at this early age, and simply means that she is preparing well for the season. But one thing you talked about yesterday was most of these young athletes. I've just seen the 3,000 meters steeplechase podium finishers who are like they're barely 20-year-olds, and that means that I think we are in safe hands when it comes to this steeplechase is concerned.
They are two young athletes. I think they just learned from what Faith Cherotich has been doing. and I think give them 2 years and they'll be doing wonders.
kwa sababu muda unatupa kisogo. 100 meters. Pigeni
ripoti
ripoti koru. James Kingori Mwaura.
A little bit of
Justin
motivation,
Isaboke
good guidance,
Maugoi.
and of course with the discipline,
Roland
I know
Kiprono Koe. Omurwa Isaac Kundu. Esbon Oduoro Chien.
We just had
Juma
Isaac
Kalista
Omurwa
Sonyesa.
being
Moses Onyango Wasike.
named
Na Kevin Toktan.
that is for the
100 meters. I don't think he's going to participate because he might have pulled his hamstring. So it's unfortunate we might not be able to see him in the 100 meters.
to the ambulance, maybe he
800 meters.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
the 800 meters
we are slowly
will be taking place in a bit.
End of the championship. As we quickly move to the 800 meters, there we go, 800 meters. Julia, Kipletin, Alan Kipiego over there. Alan Kipiego, Kevin Loti, Kenneth Mutai, Shadrach Mutai, Kemeningwa, Aaron Kemeningwa, Collins Kwemoy.
We saw him run a very tactical race on day one, and we're just about to see if he can replicate that in
So let's appreciate the talent
the final.
that is here.
That is Cheminingwa.
International runners for this 800 meters. Let's appreciate them. It means that the big boys
Because
are
I can
coming out
see
to make sure that Tokyo,
8,
we are going to Tokyo.
6, 7 athletes,
We are
6
headed to
athletes.
Tokyo. This is how it begins. From the first weekend meet.
It is 6
here
athletes,
in
7 athletes.
800
Cheminingwa
meters.
is still warming up.
Bombardier to Platin.
It's quite far away.
Alan Kipiego. Kevin Loti.
That's Cheminingwa.
I think an athlete tries to release some pressure.
Some pressure, yeah.
Aaron Kemeningwa. Collins Kwemoy. Kiprono.
Remember, 800 is two laps. That
Two
is
lap
really
race.
technical. It's really technical, and they have to run so well so that you can be able to emerge
2
at
laps
the
of
podium.
the track.
You have
2
to
laps
do your
of the
mathematics
track.
well. As I told you
This is the
yesterday, I was talking
second
to
last
Alex.
event. We still have the 100 meters to come.
That is Ngeno. He does 800 meters
We
race,
still have the
and the
100
wife
meter
does
final.
1500 meters, Miriam Cherov. So he was telling me that
As you may have
when they
heard,
compete
the
in
next
the 800
weekend
meters
meet
race, like
is
last
gonna
time
be
they were
in
doing
Betika
trials for
on the
the
28th
Olympic Games.
and fast.
He missed narrowly because of miscalculation.
So you collect your
And he's
kids.
so bitter. He's still bitter about it. And he wants to show this year that he really deserved that third place. for the Olympic Games.
800 meters final.
Looking forward to
Obadia
compete at the World
Alan
Championships.
Kibieko,
So
Kevin
expect some
Lotti,
good action
Kenneth
for Chris.
Kimutai, Shadrach Kimutai, Aaron Kemeningwa,
Coach Gabriel.
Collins Wemoy,
The guy who won 400 meters, 200 meters, he's training under 400 meters. He's training under Coach Gabriel.
And off they go, the 800 meters, 2 laps of this one.
There we go.
Of course, the world record still stands with David Rudisha.
Some amazing runners here.
The Olympic crown still at home.
Alan Kibieko, right there.
The world crown soon to be home. Maybe. And of course, we talk about the Olympic crown that we've always claimed heritage since 2012. Yeah, and of course, actually it is 2008 in Beijing. Yes. Then Rudisha took over, double Olympic champion 2012, 2016, and then we had Emmanuel Korir, and then the next Emmanuel did it in Paris, making it a Kenyan dominance in Paris as they hit the front. Cheminingwa, of course, hitting the bell, and he looks really, really strong. He must have done maybe a 54 or a 53 in the first 400.
Will he maintain that pace?
He seems to be very, very pumped up. Look at
about 7 meters.
Cheminingwa. This man knows exactly what it takes to run an 800 meters run. The young man who has always shown that he's ready to conquer the world, and you can see him easing through as they head to the 150. That is the determining factor. Will he maneuver that bend nicely into the 100 meters? But then watch out from the outside.
800 meters, 70 meters to go. Alan
Kipiego right now takes the mantle. Cheminingwa just about edged towards the end of it, and Alan Cheminingwa, of course, winning that one, and of course Cheminingwa in second.
So these are international fellows. They're good. Last year, Aaron ran 1 minute 42 seconds outside the country. Alan was doing 400 meters last year. He's moving up to 800 meters now.
And of course, Alan Kipiego winning the race. We shall be listening to him shortly. Of course.
So as you may have heard, the next stop is Thika.
And,
the next stop is going to be Thika.
Maybe what plans he has for this season. That is Alan Kipiego. So remember, the world title is currently held by of course, the Canadian Marco Arop. And of course, the second athlete is who won silver for Kenya, that is Emmanuel Wanyonyi, where he said that he competed in that race he didn't have experience. But going to the Olympic Games, of course, he had enough experience, and that is why he managed to win a gold medal and retain the gold medal that we've won since 2009. That is, of course, Rudisha winning in 2012 and 2016. Then 2021 we had, of course, Emmanuel Korir winning, and then 2024 Emmanuel.
So once again, DJ Asante, for the prize money,
we are almost finalizing the events of the day.
The dummy checks are given out here.
Because we are waiting for
the dummy checks are given out here, not the actual checks.
Mulemi, I don't know if you are ready.
Here, the dummy checks, you receive them as the winners, and then you go through the opening.
Okay, well, of course, as we're waiting for Mulemi, of course, the world record currently held by Levi of 149.
I'm ready.
And then, of course, the Olympic records, the same.
All the processes is done.
The World Junior event
is wired to your office, to your account.
Over to you, Mulemi.
Winner of the 800 meters, Alan Kipiego. How did you feel about this race? And
the winning prizes.
Kelvin, of course, the winner of the 800 meters. Kwa 150 ulikuwa umejua kwamba uko na hii race, manake Cheminingwa alikuwa mbele yako. Ulihisi vipi kuja katika mashindano haya na
kujua kwamba uko na upinzani mkali na ukaamua kwamba leo ni ile siku ya finali ambayo ulikuwa umefanya yale ambayo yalikuwa yamekuleta hapa Mumias?
Nilikuwa najua kila mtu akikuja hapa amekuja for winning, so nashukuru Mungu. Na Aaron Cheminingwa is my friend, is my brother. Tumekuwa tukitrain tangu, tumekimbia races mingi na even trials ya Olympic tulikuwa na yeye, so tumezoeana. Yes.
Ukiongea kuhusu Aaron, alikuwa ameenda sana kitu kama 10-15 meters. Ulijua kwamba huyu jamaa na training na yeye, sasa hapa ndio nitamshika? Unajua mahali penye ulikuwa unaenda kumkamatia?
Yes, ilikuwa 150. Yes.
Na labda tukiangalia labda msimu huu umeanza, labda utakuwa unafikiria labda ukimbia 144, 143. Tuseme kwanza muda wako bora ni gani na labda unayaim kupiga muda gani kwenye 800 meters?
Muda wangu bora ni 144.07. Yes.
Na labda msimu huu tunajua kwamba kwenda World Athletics Championship lazima uko unapiga hapo 142. Nini sijui wewe na coach wako mmepanga vipi, maana umesema kwamba una train na Aaron na nyote mmejitayarisha vizuri katika mashindano ambayo yanakuja?
Na train ni 10, Aaron ana train ngong, but sijaanza speed work, nimekuwa loading. So naenda kuprepare na coach, tunaanza uwanja. Yes.
Asante sana na all the best.
Thank you.
That is Kelvin speaking to us after winning the 800 meters, and of course he just says that he knows his competitors well, of course, from today's. And I'll be speaking to Aaron Cheminingwa. Aaron, karibu sana. Race imekuaje? Alan, of course race imekuaje? Na ulianza vizuri sana, lakini pale 150 kidogo ni kama mwenzako alikuwa amekusoma.
Kwa majina ni Alan Kibiago. But niliona kuna mwenye anakubali kupiga mbele, nikaamua niende mahali watanipata waende.
Sema ilikuwa tactic yako, ulisema wacha tu niende ikuwe vile itakuwa.
Yenye itakuwa tu. Yeah.
Na ukahisiaje vile ulifika pale kwa nini? Of course ulikuwa umeanza vizuri sana na ukaona mwenzako ametokea pale na ukasema okay, ile ya pili ni sawa, ikiwa ni tatu ni sawa.
Lactic ilija kama kusarenda nikalose. Sema position ile itaniweka, tashukuru na hiyo. Yeah.
Of course saizi umemaliza nambari 2, utakuna angalia msimu vile unaenda, labda Kipyego tuambie nini unapanga haswa baada hii motivation ya leo kumaliza namba 2 hapa Mumias?
Unajua kwanza kidogo mimi nimekuwa mtu wa 400. Ndio nimeshift sasa kwa 800. Hii ndio 800 yangu ya tatu sasa. Na ninaona improvement iko juu. Yeah. Nashukuru. Yeah.
Unapiga 400 na 800 ama hii ilikuwa tu ya loading alafu utarudi kwa 400?
Hapana, nimehama niko 800 officially. 400 itakuwa kama speed tu. Yeah. Maintain speed peke yake, lakini 800 ndio race yangu kwa sasa.
Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you.
Oni Alan Kipyego telling us more about how he tackled the race. He says that he just wanted to go from gun to take and then see what happens. But then Mr. Cheminingwa is here, karibu sana, finishing third in this race. Of course, had a very good time yesterday during the preliminary rounds. Unahisi vipi kuhusu leo umemaliza nambari 3? Najua kwamba labda ulikuwa unatarajia mengine ama hii nambari 3 ulikuwa umesema nikipata pia ni sawa.
Langu siwezi nikasema mengi kwa sababu nimeridhika na hiyo position na kwangu hiyo ni motivation juu nilikuwa sikuwa natarajia mengi sana kwa hii game. Ya juu nilisoma mwili penye niliamka asubuhi haikuwa vizuri vile. So nikasema if anything comes well and good, isipokuja also well and good. Juu hii ni kama mazoezi. Mimi kuna game niko naona uko mbele, so hii kwangu ni kama mazoezi. Yeah, but nimeshukuru kwa hiyo yenye nimekimbia leo juu kiona venye nilikuwa nakimbia nilikuwa na kind of kustruggle, no. So but licha hiyo kustruggle I made it to become the position of top 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kusema kweli umesema uli struggle kama jana ulianza vizuri sana, leo kidogo ulianza kama pace iko chini, 400 ya kwanza haikuwa nzuri sana kwako, ndio ukaanza catch up baadaye. Labda nini ilikuwa, umesema mwili ulikata, nini haswa kilikuwa kimefanyika? Labda uchovu wa jana, ama labda training yako unasema labda iko mahali kama 40% haijafika mahali penye nafai kuwe msimu ukianza?
Yeah, kwangu naweza sema mazoezi yangu haijafika penye inafaa. Juu nilianza na cross country 2K loop Eldoret Nationals, but pia sikufanya vizuri vile. Juu I think last season I overworked my body, so mwili haija respond to that maximum point of yeah. But mwili ingekuwa mahali pake, I think hii mbio haiko ngumu kwangu, but all in all nashukuru kwa hiyo yenye nimepata. Yeah.
Labda umesema kwamba umepanga kule mbele mashindano ambayo utashiriki kwayo, tutakuwa tunakuona wapi? Na of course kila mtu anaongea kuhusu mashindano ya dunia ile itakuwa kule Tokyo. Je, unapanda hii ndege?
Hii ndege naweza sema kwa saa hizi, because it is still far, so I will say let us put more effort kwa mazoezi. Langu ni kwenda tu kukaa chini na my coach tuweka strategy mzuri, then from there I think I will have that position to participate. Yeah.
800 meters imekuwa race ambayo Kenyans wamekuwa kifanya vizuri sana. Labda unahisi kwamba ile world title ambayo tulikuwa tumemiss kule Hungary, je, mwaka huu waona kwamba tuko na nafasi? Ukiangalia watu kama kina Emmanuel Wanyonyi, wewe pia uko hapo, tumeona Alan Kipyego yuko pale, tumeona Kelvin yuko pale, wengi tu na wengi ambao hawajakuja hapo. Unahisi mwaka huu Kenya inaweza pata ile gold ambayo ilikuwa imetuondokea?
Yeah, I think so. You as Kenyans kwa hiyo middle distance which is 800, that is our event as Kenyans. So I think if we get that chance, I think we shall come back with the victory back home to Kenya. Yeah.
All the best and kwa recovery. Najua tutakutana labda kule Thika. All the best.
Thank you.
That's Alan Cheminingwa, of course, telling us more about his preparations for the season. He says that his body is not even yet 40% and he's finished third in this 800 meters final, which was won by Kelvin, and of course Alan Kipyego coming in second place. It's been a beautiful, beautiful race there, the 800 meters. One more to go, the 100 meters. And of course, I doubt if Isaac Omuro will be taking part in this race. He had a really good day one and day two. Seems to have pulled a hamstring. We are yet to see if he'll be able to compete in this one, but that's a story for the next couple of minutes. But right now it's all about the event, the first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field meet here at the Mumias Sports Complex. The 800 meters providing spectaculars, and of course Mr. Kelvin says that he wants to improve on his 144 time and maybe do a 142 and probably be on the plane rather to Tokyo, Japan for the World Athletics Championships in September. Mr. Cheminingwa says that he is not yet ready. He's just started his season. His body still hasn't responded after a very long 2024 season. And of course Alan Kipyego saying that this was just a tip on the iceberg. He knows that he can do better. He knows that the 800 meters is his thing. And of course the biggest story here is that Alan Cheminingwa says that of course he knows that Kenya has great athletes who will be very much capable of bringing that title back home. Of course Mr. Arop is the current world champion with Emmanuel Wanyonyi of course claiming silver in Budapest. But right now it's all about who it's it's all about who is going home to take gold later on this year in Tokyo, and we don't know exactly who it's gonna be, but just know that the Kenyans will be there in the podium, and it starts all over again here in the weekend series, and of course 5 more to go. This one more event, the 100 meters. Forget about the field events, because we are going to give you the results as they come in. Over to you, Bernard Rotich, on the other side.
Thank you very much, Mulemi. Of course, we are waiting for the 100 meters finals. And I'll be giving you names in a while for those who are going to compete. James Kingori, Justin Isaboke, Ronald Kiprono, Omurwa Isaac, and of course Esbon Oduor, Moses Onyango, Kevin Joktan. Of course, I'll take you the names again. James Kingori in lane 1, Justin Isaboke, Ronald Kiprono, Omurwa Isaac, and of course Esbon Oduor, Moses Onyango, Kevin Joktan. Of course, those are the athletes competing in the finals of the 100 meters. Of course, I can see most of the people are interested in this race and they are lined up. They want to see how these athletes will compete. And remember, the last event that we had, that was the 800 meters. It's known as a tactical race, and because it's the shortest middle distance event that has all the runners converge into one lane after the first bend, positioning on the cut in and the position of the pack is normally critical to the outcome of the race. And gaining in front position early in the race is often advantageous, and of course we've seen always what Rudisha used to do, and of course Emmanuel Wanyonyi also doing the same thing. Of course I'll be
Mumias Sports Complex has 9 lanes.
I'll be of course my co-commentator Mulemi, Greg Mulemi will be
of how he was
of course we will be taking you through the 100 meters event. We are waiting to see what will happen. Of course athletes adjusting their blocks there before they start the race, and it's good to see Mulemi. It's good to see Omurwa on the start list. He's on the start list again, having pulled in the 200 meters race.
Yes, he pulled his muscle. I feared it might have been a hamstring, but then I'm glad that he's back and is ready to rumble. Of course, this being the race of what he prefers most. He prefers the 100 meters, and right now he will be running in lane number 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Lane number 6. Lane number 6, 4, and 5 are the most preferred lanes for sprinters.
Sprinters, yes.
Yeah, because.
But of course, before they start, maybe you can tell the viewers and the listeners who has a world record in this event.
Of course, Usain Bolt 958 2009. Of course, in Berlin. Usain Bolt still holds that, and that is James Kingori. Justin Isaboke.
Kwenye leni ya 5, Ronald Kiprono.
Kwenye
leni ya 6, Omurwa Isaac Kundo. Kwenye leni ya 7, Juma Kalistas.
Of course, Juma Kalistas, Kevin, lane 8, and 9 is Kadima. 9 athletes in the final.
9 athletes in the finals, of course. 1 athlete running under protest.
Oh.
Yes. That's why that? I think it should be Kadima running in lane number 9.
Okay. Headings for the start. And off they go.
Off they go. Very nicely, of course. Watch out for Justin Isaboke. Omurwa not really in at his best. And just about won by Justin Isaboke.
This is the winner, 506.
It's Moses Wasike. Moses Wasike, who finished on the podium in the 200 meters.
I think he trains in Eldoret.
Yes, yes, he trains in Eldoret and just won the 100.
Now you can see the product Kipchoge Keino is bringing out, because this guy trains at the Kipchoge Keino, which is under construction for years. It has been under renovation for years,
but still,
but this see what he does. So given if the facilities were so good, like so nice, like the one we have internationally, he would have done even much better.
And of course, that signals the end of track events, as we witness yet again how it went down in the 100 meters final.
And of course, yeah, we are going to listen to the interviews from my co-commentator, that is Mike Mulemi, who will be talking to the winners and maybe to the World Athletics Kenya Vice President in charge of Senior Vice President in charge of competition. Of course, it has been a beautiful event, 2-day event that we have seen. Actually, it was action-packed, actually. Of course, apart from the 3,000 women's steeplechase, where we had 3 athletes. But I think the other races, of course, a recap of 100 meters race. And of course, it was a slow start for the winner, that is Wekesa. But I think after 20 meters, he managed to pick it up. And he really went for the win, for the tape, crossing the line fast. Beautiful there, beautiful finish. And of course, we are going to listen in a few what he will be talking about his training and maybe what he has focused this upcoming season. Mulemi, if you can hear me, maybe Mulemi, if you can hear me, take it over. Mulemi.
For the last word from the Senior Vice President, technical officials wote tafadhali waje mara moja.
I'm ready.
Yeah, take it over. Nimeand over kwako.
The 100 meters final, of course, ending just a few moments ago, and we have the winners yet again, familiar faces on the podium. Tena kwa mara nyingine 100 meters. Umepumzika kweli?
Sijapumzika hata kidogo. Yeah.
Tuambie siri imekuwa gani kuja kwa hizi sprints na kuhakikisha kwamba umemaliza kwenye podium. Kwanza umehisi vipi back to back podium finishes?
Si mbaya vile koja ameng'ang'ana ametrain. Pia aenda tu, nilikuwa nataka niaje lakini koja aliniambia ng'ang'ana ndo tu hadi mwisho. Yeah.
Hii track kidogo ni ngumu kidogo, lakini inakupatia motisha gani, especially tukisonga kule Thika Ulinzi Complex na nini kama hizo, labda motisha gani imekupatia ukienda kwa mashindano ambayo yanakuja?
Motisha yenye imenipea, nimeona wachezaji wenzangu wanajitahidi, so pia
acha niangalie msema kweli hapa kwetu
vizuri hadi nikuwe mmoja wa World Championship.
Asante sana na all the best. Okay. Moses Wasike once again third in the 200 meters, claiming the 100 meters. Karibu sana Moses, imekuwa vipi? Motivation ilikuwaje na ulifilaje?
I think sijaona shida mahali. Naona mwili imekubali. And I think itaendelea hivyo. Next time I'm aiming for that number 1. Yeah.
Labda kwa hii 100 meters ulitoka chini ukasemaje, because it's a shorter distance na kama umesema wewe kwa home stretch unakuanga deadly, labda nini ulifanya yenye different yenye ukufanya kwenye 200?
Concentration. 100 is all about concentration, low drive, then unaenda. Yeah.
Of course, in the next 2 weeks tutakuwa tunaendelea kule Thika, labda utakuwa unashiriki?
Nitaona. Sijakuwa sure. Inalingana na coach venye ataniambia. Akiniambia nibaki, nita respect.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right. That is Moses Wasike, winner of the 100 meters, speaking to us here. But then Isaac Omurwa dominated day 1 of this one, and of course coming into this one, unlucky in the 200 meters you limped off, but yet again lifted yourself up, participated in the 100 meters final. First of all, were you fit to participate in the 100 meters?
I don't think so. I was not fit for the 100 meters, but I just have a different mentality, so I had to run. I cannot let the lane go free. Yeah.
What happened in the 200 meters? Because on the home stretch towards the 80, it means like you felt a niggling muscle. Was it a hamstring, and was it a major disappointment for you because you were all the way leading in that race?
It was a disappointment, but it's the body. You cannot control the body. So my muscle, I think it cramped. Instead of pushing it to fall off, because if I could push the last 100, the last 50 meters, the guys were so strong, so I had to use all my own energy. I could not do that because I could pull or tear muscle, which I had to play safe. Yeah.
And then looking at how you've started the season, of course, the hits were very nice for you, the semi-final, and of course, looking at right now, quite a podium finish in the 100 meters. Maybe do you feel that now your season has started, or you still have to do a few things to ensure that you are into it?
Now I can say the season has started, but I'll go when I go back to my coach, my physio. We check what's wrong with my hamstring, then we continue from that. But I can say it's been a good event. I've done well. Yesterday I had no injuries, but today is unfortunate, but we thank God regardless. Yeah.
All the best, and hopefully we'll see you in Thika.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. That is Isaac Omuro, the junior champion in the 100 meters. Of course, speaking to us about what happened. He didn't finish the 200 meters because he felt a niggling muscle on the hamstring, but then yet again picked himself to compete in the 100 meters, finishing third. But then the man himself, the chief organizer, the man who has brought us here. But before that, we are here for other events, and of course on your screens you can see the medal ceremonies, of course, taking place, and of course these are the winners from the field events, and of course they'll be awarded by the senior vice president of Athletics Kenya, who are told, and of course Mr. Dominic is here to hand over the checks first of all before we hear what the senior vice president has to say. So over to you, and of course you can see they are ready to pick their checks. Mr. Tyson Mile, 10,000 Kenya shillings. A smile for the cameras. And of course with the silver medal, 15,000 Kenya shillings. Of course this is the shot put. Manasseh Onyango. He's a Manchester United fan. 15,000 Kenya shillings. And of course he'll be walking home those winners for podium finishers in the shot put. And of course the gold medal and the winner for today, Mr. George Malala, 20,000 Kenya shillings in the shot put. So the shot put, Tyson Malel, George, and of course Manasseh Onyango walking away with those beautiful prizes there. Of course it's a check, and of course joining in is the senior vice president Athletics Kenya, Mr. Mutui. Of course he's one of the guys who made us stay here, made it possible, and that is the medal ceremony for the shot put. We'll also have the ladies coming on the podium. Thank you very much. And right now it is and of course as I told you, I'm joined by the Senior Vice President at Athletics Kenya, Mr. Mutui. Very good organization here, 2 days of action. I don't know, what do you feel about this? And of course, being the first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field weekend meeting.
I think let me start by thanking the Western Region Chairman, Mr. Fundi, together with his executive, for doing a wonderful job when it comes to the preparation of the ground that our athletes were using yesterday and today. Is marvelous, and in particular taking into consideration that it was the first weekend meet for track and field this season, and do want to say that what we are looking for in Athletics Kenya this time is very great for the athletes, that we would like to have athletes who would be representing our nation during the international competitions which are upcoming very soon. Because now, as I am talking, by end of next month, we are going to have the indoor championships in China, and some of our best players are now participating in this track and field. Immediately after that, then we have the world relays, still again in China. And finally, we will be having the Tokyo World Athletics. This is exactly what our target is so about. So that now, as we normally do, we have plotted weekend meets. Now, after today's one, we will have to go to Thika from 28th of this month, and then because this is a short month, like other than the others, on 1st March is when we will now finalize the second we can meet at Thika. Now, the one thing I want to tell the Kenyans is that we are not able to go outside the areas where we can be able to get standard track. This is because according to World Athletics, all the results we are getting from our athletes during the track and field competitions, we have to send them for scrutiny by the World Athletics. And you know, if we use a field that is not standard, maybe the results will be very fast, breaking world records or something like that. So the World Athletics will go asking Athletics Kenya, what is happening? We have world records being broken. So now, because of that one fact, we made sure that the areas we are going to go to are standard fields, where now if an athlete or whatever results we will get from those areas, then they will be acceptable. So this is why we avoided going to some other places where the conditions are not variable to what is expected by the World Athletics. And in this case, maybe I would like to request our honorable county county managements to try to liaise with Athletics Kenya so that at least they could be able to get their track fields be properly standardized, because we have almost a track in every county, but then, as I said earlier, they are not up to standards. So we request the honorable governments to please make sure that these tracks are made standard. So this is where we are, and I would like also to appreciate our President, General Tuwe, who did not be with us here because he had another world commitment. Getting to understand that is the world vice president, so that he could be with us. But I have informed him that it all went very well, and he was very happy that the first track and field in the series went on that well.
Thank you very much, and hopefully there's some more news next weekend, the Sirikwa Classic.
The Sirikwa Classic, this is another race that where we have been honored again by World Athletics, in that it has given us a world category of an event that is cross country. We in fact have two. There is that one, and we have the Cape Keino for the track. So that now for the cross country is next. We are coming next weekend at Lobo Estate at in Eldoret, and we really ask our athletes to be right there in plenty, so that they could be able to now tell the world how Kenya is so blessed to have the best in cross country. And again, I also request the local people to turn up in plenty so that they can come and witness how a world-class kind of an event takes place. I would like in this case to appreciate one Ibrahim Hussein, who has given us actually the ground where this event takes place, and the chairman Central Rift, Mr. Mutai, who has really been fast in trying to make sure that the organization is very well done.
Thank you so much, Vice President, and all the best. Hopefully, we will see you in the next events.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That is.
Maybe before I finish, let me thank you for coming in and try to show the Kenyans what Athletics Kenya is all about, what we are doing on the track. So just continue doing the same. Asante sana.
Asante sana and all the best. That is the Senior Vice President of Athletics Kenya, Mr. Paul Mutui, speaking to us and of course showing us exactly what Athletics Kenya wishes. And of course on my side, left side is the Mumias Sports Complex, the facility that has held these championships on day 1 and day 2, and it's something that we can always say has actually brought and revealed great moments, and it's all happened here. And of course we've talked about great stories, we've talked about great action, of course both on track and field. It is something that has actually brought out the memories, rolled out good moments, and of course disappointments for those who did not finish on the podium. But then at the end of the day, it's all about a competition, and of course we were with Bernard Rotich, who actually was on the other side today. I was on this side today, but then beautiful stories coming out of this. Bernard, for the first time we are ending a competition in the morning, and I know you're like, okay, we didn't expect this to happen, because yesterday it was all about action from 8 to actually 3.
Yeah, of course, it ended well very early today. Of course, people are traveling from various areas, and of course it has been a 2-day event that has been so nice. I really enjoyed watching the athletes battling it out, going for that prize money that has been awarded by Betika, which is really good, and it was a motivation. Of course, you saw the cross-country season, how it was a real battle for the athletes registering more than 400 in an event. And of course, as we start now the track and field events, this was the first meet. You've seen how the turnout was, and of course getting into the second, we'll have the athletes from the central part of Kenya, maybe Nairobi, even Mombasa, coming to compete at the second meet, which will be very good. And of course athletes are looking forward to a better season, using the event as build up towards the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan.
We're talking about beautiful records being set here. The sprints, of course, have shown us that you can compete actually in multiple events and get the desired results. We've seen Ronald Kipkorir, Kevin Kipkorir, and of course Isaac Omurwa. They are doing wonders in the track, of course, in the sprints. But then the beautiful story that came out of the championship was the lady who ran in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. She's a lady that has created story, a good story. What inspiration will this have, also, let's say, to other athletes who want to compete in the upcoming events? Starting with Thika.
Well, of course, I must comment the mother who ran, a mother of 4. Of course, she's a single mother, doing that event, finishing it. Of course, she finished on the podium. But I think mothers are just people who are special. They have, if you have a talent, you'll be able to do something extraordinary. And of course, we've seen these athletes, talking about Faith Kipyegon, becoming she's made history, triple Olympic champion in 1500 meters. Talk about Vivian Cheriot. We talk about, of course, the new mom, Brilliant Chepkorir, who won the national cross country. So I think the athletes just need that motivation, the right, of course, condition for training, and we'll be able to get good athletes. But one thing, the competition is really getting tough, and you've seen the records being broken in America. People are in the Western countries, people are asking, what are these guys eating? But it's just training and right conditions for training, and of course sports science has to come in also, because they can take an athlete and study the athlete for like 2 years and know that he or she will be able to perform well. So it's a matter of change. We need to change the tactics of training, and we'll be able to get there where they are.
Of course, getting the desired results, and of course the ultimate prize being the World Relays, of course the World Championship, and a couple of events coming up. Heading into Thika, what are your expectations? Most of the athletes we've been talking about, talking to, have been talking about this being a loading season. Maybe do you expect better performances in Thika? Of course, this has been good, of course, but most athletes say that, okay, their bodies are still, let's say, 30-35%.
Yeah, of course. Remember, most of the sprinters they stay in Nairobi, and so putting this event in Thika, that means it's a shorter distance for them, and we'll be seeing more sprinters even coming. You saw a lot of athletes competing here in 200 meters and 400. So maybe we expect more of these in Thika because most of the athletes are concentrated in Nairobi, and of course from Central Region, from Nakuru, from the South Rift, will be able to travel to Thika comfortably and compete. Remember, of course, Kenya, we are on the watch list, and they have to pick their bibs on 27th before they compete on 28th and 1st of March. So it is really important that we follow the rules, run clean, run fairly. That is the only thing, so that we can be able to get, of course, a return. Our name is Imepakwa Matope, so we need to get out of that, and so that we can be able to continue winning, and of course doing the winnings that we have always done.
Run clean, run safe, and of course avoid all those things that might put you into trouble. It's all that we are talking about here, and of course Athletics Kenya TV will keep on bringing you all the action. 5 coming up, with starting with Thika, and then Ulinzi Complex, and then others will always be taking place subsequently. It's been a great 2 days of action here in the first Athletics Kenya Betika track and field weekend meets, and we've been here in county number 37, that is county of Kakamega, and the venue, the Mumias Sports Complex, a beautiful facility. It's been me, it's been Bernard Rotich, and of course the crew behind everything that is happening here, bringing you all the action and making sure that you stay at home, watch at home if you're not able to be at this particular place. See you in the next 2 weeks in Thika. It's bye-bye from us, and always have a nice weekend. From us, it is bye-bye.